I've had a busy ass day. I'm trying to like sort through
Oh,
what
we
what
working.
track meets I want my kids to run in. I spent the whole day basically from 11 to 1:30. I'm gonna show you actually. I'm gonna pull this up. How do I share screen?
You
This
can
is what
show
I've
us.
been working on
Oh, oh, we got a
all.
spreadsheet.
Yeah. You're about to see.
Oh,
This is
okay.
what we've been working on.
Okay. It looks like a
This is what I've been
syllabus.
doing all day. Yeah. Different workouts,
Yeah, yeah.
different energy systems that are being targeted. So if you need a workout, um, here you go. You could do 3 times 150 sub max, 4 minutes rest in between. You could do that
Could.
if you wanted to. That would be targeting your lactic energy system because you will have some
Okay.
lactic acid. You will be hurting. You
Yeah.
could do 5 times 200 horseshoe, 75 to 80%,
What
3
about
minutes rest in
horseshit?
between. It's gonna make you feel like horseshit, that's for sure.
Okay, it's a horseshoe to
So I
get
spent
the
like
feel.
2 hours doing all this, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm about to show you the other thing. Then I had to pick the workouts and put them onto this, um, to put them onto this. This
Jeez.
is our schedule with other, because we share like, soccer will be on the field or lacrosse or this, so then we have to kinda here's all of our meets. And so I had to like, because our head coach wanted to know what workouts we're doing when. I'm like, "Brother, I just go off the dome most of the time." Like, he's like, "I would like to have them so at least we have a ballpark idea just in case you're not there or there's a different group doing a different thing." I'm like, "Okay, buddy, whatever you say." So then I didn't even finish this.
Do you get paid for this part?
Yeah, technically. I mean, I'm not and not a lot, but
I mean, it is NIL now, so you can say you're getting
that's what
paid.
I was doing today, trying to like so basically the list of workouts,
Yeah.
I was just doing normal and then like I would type one workout and then another one would immediately pop in my head and then I get to the bottom and I'm like, "Oh, I've done 33 different workouts into this thing." Like I think I might have went overboard.
You know, the sickest part is I know what took you the longest is formatting everything correctly.
Technically, I didn't format any of this. He
Oh.
sent it to
Oh,
sent
okay.
an email chain like this, but I
Uh-huh.
didn't have like Word. So then I
Mhm.
had to like send it to myself so then I could do it on
Google,
Google Docs. So
yeah,
that honestly was the hardest part, trying to like send it to myself on my phone because the email that he used, I don't have it on my computer. It's only
yeah.
on my phone. So then I had to email it to myself, which was then on my computer. So then I could do it there. It was a mess. Spent like 15 minutes trying to figure it out, but we got there in the end. So
I'll
hey,
tell
if
you.
you guys need a workout, I got 33 of them.
Okay.
So if you running specifically,
Uh-huh.
um, and kind of like elite level running, so not stooge running.
Not
Like, you
stooge.
gotta at least be able to sprint a little bit, okay, with some proper form mechanics.
Uh, but no, I mean, none of them can help you, chug beer faster or drink more beer.
No,
Just okay, well,
no, unfortunately, no.
maybe that's season 2. That might be the elevation up there.
Like, the only thing that might help a stooge is, like, maybe a plyo circuit, get
Mhm.
used to maybe, like, landing from off a box, maybe jumping over something, like, that could help you
Right.
at you're working outside and some lumber falls down, you gotta be quick, explosive, get out the way, maneuver, like, plyos could maybe save somebody's life.
Or if you're in my situation, I think that would come in handy with my project that I had this weekend was, fixing my washing machine, and, like, when I say fix it, the internal units are fine, but to preface for all of our viewers, I got a washing machine that's probably seen World War One, World War II, and probably the Korean War at the same
Yep,
time,
yep.
and still lived to tell the tale.
Mhm.
So this
Fighting
thing is an
strong.
oh, it's an old school Maytag, just an absolute fucking unit.
Behemoth.
And so it's got the 4 legs on the bottom, and it's supposed to be easy enough you can just adjust the height so that it makes it to
Sure.
where it doesn't teeter or anything like that. What is not said is if you, try to, like, extend it too far, it won't just stop. It'll just detach the leg,
Okay, so no legs.
so no legs. So there's 4 of them. What ended up happening to me was 2 of them came off. And so since, I live by myself and my
Yeah.
folks went up north.
Yeah, you did give me a ring, and I was like, I cannot help at the moment, but,
Bro,
good luck, buddy."
I
That's
wish I had a
basically what I
video
said.
of this. I did what every handyman redneck does. I grabbed a beer, popped it open, said, "I'm not gonna be able to solve this on a sober stomach, so let me get a little beer going."
Mhm.
And then I basically did I don't remember what the lift is called, but where you one arm where you're holding the barbell and you kind of extend it straight up.
Yeah, yeah.
I was doing that with the washing machine and using the other hand to
And
re-screw back in the leg and attach the nut all the
you
way to the
made it
top.
work.
I got a good workout in, so maybe we incorporate that into the list.
That could be just
I
some,
could have
like,
some
like,
yeah,
house activities, you know?
yeah, call it
"Hey,
like
I
watch
need this couch moved." Like,
yeah,
"Hey,"
here we go, boys.
you're
Look.
gonna get to that remember the scene in, Kicking and Screaming when the kids just, like, they're training, and then eventually it just turns into, "Yeah, someone's gotta take out my trash," and they're,
Yeah.
like, washing his car, taking out his trash, doing his laundry, they're just, like, doing a bunch of, like, random things. He's like, "How am I gonna get to practice on time if I have to take out the trash? Someone's gotta do it." I'm like, "Yeah, honestly, fair enough."
I
That's good
mean, 3
shit.
sets of 10 of just fucking taking the washing machine and just putting it into orbit, and I think
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's probably a couple 100 pounds right there.
you'll be feeling pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, me as a stooge, I wanted to see if it was leveled, so I went to do a load of laundry, and wouldn't you know, I tried to do it with all my towels. So when you for
Mhm.
those who don't know, when you put the towels in and you don't get through the entire cycle, you can drain the damn thing all you want, but the towels are still soaked.
Yeah.
So and you're probably saying I could have taken them out, but guess what? I like to make it a little more difficult, okay? Like
Yeah,
to
so yeah, just for
fuck
context, he had texted me saying, "Hey, um, I need help here," and I basically politely said, "I can't fucking help you, buddy. You're gonna have to figure it out.
basically
I
got a
can't get
polite
there,
your
so
shit out of luck.
I could get there in, like, maybe an hour or 2 if, like, this problem is still there, I got you, but in the
Yeah,
moment, you have to figure some shit out, okay?"
yeah, I just was like, "Alright." And I had just come in from my workout, so I finished my workout, and, you know, you're tired, you wanna just eat
Yeah.
and shower and whatever, and I look over and I just see my washing machine tilting, and so I kinda pick it up, look underneath, and I see the leg just sitting there, and it's just the right height to where you can't wedge it underneath and screw it back in because 'cause it'll
Mhm.
just stick to the ground. It was we finally got it leveled, but I'm still
There we
having
go.
to check it because apparently the washer nut will just start to, like, loosen itself,
Okay.
and if that happens, then the leg comes off, so
Yeah, it's all bad.
it's been good, and then, man, just absolute chaos this weekend, to be honest, with football, like, it was just unbelievable.
I know,
I
it
mean,
was a wild ride. I was
no
not,
comment.
it started off well for me, well, picks-wise, and then
Uh,
honestly, my picks weren't even that bad this week, but it was it was a rough, weekend just for I feel like don't mind me, I'm just eating some,
yeah.
smoothie Skittles.
Smoothie Skittles?
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
shit.
insane, I will not lie. Let me read off the flavors for you guys, might as well while I'm here. Um, so, like, the colors, we have a dark red we have a red, we
What?
have a pink, a yellow, an
What?
orange, and, like, a
What?
purple.
Mhm.
So, the one thing, though, like, normally yellow, you're like, "Alright, lemon." Not this time.
Mm.
Peach guava smoothie.
Okay.
Then the orange is, like, another one, like, "Alright, I got orange, like, who gives a fuck?" Mango. Banger.
Uh,
Purple is, like, your typical, blueberry little drip. Then you got a strawberry banana, then you got a raspberry. So, they're really, like there's no bad flavors in here, like, I'm hitting, like let's see what I'm dabbling in this time. This looks like a pink and an orange for me.
uh-huh.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's go pink. Oh, that's strawberry that's straw nan right there.
That's
That's as straw nan as it gets. Let's go mango on the right side of the mouth.
oh, shit.
That's mang.
Okay, bang, bang, you know what I
That's
mean?
that's mang. So there you go, people. Hey, if you're looking for a different Skittle experience, look no further than and I like the pink. No
That's a
free
pretty
ads,
cool
but, like,
bag, yeah.
the pink is dope.
I
The
mean, if
pink hits.
Skittles wants to sponsor us, we'll have Skittles every single
Facts. It
episode,
pops
so
the pink, like, really, like, because I walked in, I finished, coaching probably around 6, 6:15, and I'm
yeah.
like, I kinda wanna pick up, like, a little drink or something, or I was just feeling frisky.
Okay.
So I'm like, "Alright, I'm gonna stop by, AM, PM on the way home." Go in there, I'm like, "I'm going to the candy section. I'm leaving here with something." And I'm looking through, I was looking for kind of the Sour Patch Peach, which
Right,
I've been
yep.
dabbling in a little bit more. I was looking for these little Laffy Taffy things that I saw at 7-Eleven that I wanted to try, but I couldn't find them. I do a quick glance to the left to, like, where the chocolates and stuff would be, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
wasn't really feeling chocolate, and then boom, corner of my eye, pink packaging. I'm like, what is this? It's like shareable size Skittles smoothie. Hey, count me in.
It's typical. That
And
right there.
yeah, and I'm in. I'm you got a believer in me, Skittles.
Shout out the marketing team for getting your attention there. Like,
They got me. And it was like in one of the bottom rows too, so like you could have missed it, but it was the pink. The pink because you don't see like I was in the candy section, so you see the pink kind of thing, you see the bright. Then when you
mhm,
go to the chocolate section, you're typically like Skittles will be mixed in there, like
right.
with the M&Ms and M's and stuff, right? But it's
Mhm.
always that red, and then you see a pink pop out at you in the midst of all this chocolate. Like I'm like, wait a second,
Gotta see
what
what
is
was going
this?
on.
And there you go,
I will tell you
Skittles
though,
smoothie.
those could be amazing, but if I walk down the candy section in the chocolate aisle and I see those peanut or no, the pretzel M&Ms, it's
Oh yeah, those are
GG's.
good too.
It is GG's. I
Yeah,
mean,
those pretzel. I've been dabbling more on the. I'm not a big like. What's the blue one? What's the blue Crunch? No, Hershey. No,
yeah, yeah, crunch, the blue
I don't
bar.
think it's Crunch. I think I'm thinking of Hershey's Cookies and Cream.
That package is
Oh,
white.
I know, but I was thinking like, what's the actual one that it's like
Oh, just the
based
Hershey
on?
bar?
I think it's Hershey's that does it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it is the white packaging. Those ones. Oh, oh.
Oh.
A little cookies and cream bar. Man, that'll about change your life.
Oh, speaking of which, we're coming up to Christmas time, which means, you look in your stocking, that's what you get. It's just a little
Oh,
Santas with cookies and cream Santas.
give me everything. I want it all. I want it all.
Just everything.
Yeah,
Just fit it
anything
all in
they'll
the
give
stock.
me, I'll take it all. I don't
It's not
discriminate.
it's not a bad thing. I will tell you, we did record the episode early on Wednesday because on Thursday I went to a rock
Oh
concert.
yeah, how'd that go?
Uh, it was awesome, man. Have you ever heard of Adelitas Way?
I don't think I have.
If you look up on
Maybe I've
Spotify,
heard the song though.
Apple Music, yeah, if you looked up Invincible, you would probably you would get a flashback to like an old school national
Like like
championship
the
game,
movie Invincible
maybe.
with Mark Wahlberg,
Not quite. I mean, it does the same
like
job,
the
but
TV show Invincible on Amazon Prime.
well, didn't think that far actually,
Okay,
but
damn, just naming the wrong shit.
well, you're in the right ballpark. You know
I'm
what I mean?
trying.
We're just left side post, out foul, but we're just bringing it back to the fairway. Uh, Great band. Their lead singer is a lot older than when they recorded, so it took me a second to
Yeah,
realize what they were singing.
sure. That
Have you
happens.
ever seen Tim Hawkins do like stand up on YouTube or something like that?
Not off name, but maybe if I saw him, I'd know.
So just think of like an old, like a probably I'd say a 40 to 50-year-old church dad in the
Okay,
winter.
yeah,
So like the
I
long
got it right
sleeve,
there.
like yeah, that's the look that they
Yeah,
came out with. At least he did.
okay,
So he grabs the mic and make no doubt the guy knows what he's doing. I mean, he was doing mic tricks. I didn't even know there were such thing as mic tricks. Like he's
okay,
wrapping this shit around his arm
all
and
right.
he's doing some like Assassin's Creed shit and flicking it and bringing it back and ripping it around. Like it was quite the show.
Good for him.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I was kind of interested to see if it was a general trend with the headline bands. Is it like a prerequisite to be in a rock band to just be like skinny to all hell? Like,
Yeah, you're on drugs.
yeah, I swear to you, there was one dude whose forearm was probably that thick. Like,
Drugs.
we drink some milk if you're gonna do
This is
drugs,
what
you know?
hard drugs do to you.
Yeah,
They just shrivel you up.
pretty
I
much.
have breaking news.
Oh shit.
Alabama quarterback Tyler Buckner
Yeah.
has entered the transfer portal as a lacrosse player. So, there you go. Thank you,
Go
Tyler.
Tyler.
It was a good run. He was
I mean,
considered one of the top lacrosse recruits while in high school. So
hey,
he wants to run it up in lacrosse. Hey, good for you, kid.
yeah, Tyler. I can't say it was a great showing at Bama because
No.
USF almost beat the piss out of you. So glad you went back to lacrosse.
Uh-huh. Good luck. Yeah, I just wanted I just loaded up ESPN just to see what was popping, and that's what I get. So
Hey, you know what? ESPN knows what you need. That's the key. They said this is the news you need.
Mhm.
Speaking of which, I mean, before we go into the games from this weekend, there's a lot of people entering the transfer portal. A
Oh, yeah.
lot.
Ohio
I
State
mean,
quarterback.
yeah, and he wasn't that great on an almost undefeated
Yeah,
team.
my thing is, like, where are you gonna go, bud? You were
I,
just starting for Ohio State.
where
Like,
did we go?
where are we thinking? Unless he knew, like, I'm definitely not starting next year, that could
Maybe.
maybe be a thing, I don't know.
Sad to say, but I think he bounces around like a JT Daniels. Which shout out JT Daniels said he's calling it quits at
Retiring. Yeah, good for him.
yeah.
It's been a good run.
I mean,
It's been a run.
it's been a run. Yeah, I'll say I'll say it's been
It's
a
been
run.
a run. He's had a run,
Yes.
unlike the likes of which we have not seen.
I'll never forget his first game as a USC Trojan, and you know my dad, he's always supportive of whoever USC has out there. He hears this guy in an interview say, "Yeah, I left high school early because it's a business decision." My dad said, "Get this fucker out of here. I'm done with him." So,
Then he
went to
what he
Rice.
blew his knee up or something.
Yeah,
He blew
he
his
did.
knee up, and then it was the Keaton Slovis show,
Mhm.
and then
Concussion City.
but then the next year, or did he leave the next year?
Mhm. Yeah,
And
he
then
went
it
to
was
Georgia.
yeah, and then it was the Slovis show.
Yep.
Then Slovis got out, and then it was the Matt Fink show.
I think experience, yeah.
Then it was the Jackson Dart show,
Yep. Starting him up.
and then it was the Caleb.
No, there was one
Nothing
more in between there.
was there?
Yeah, there was because
I thought
Jackson
it
got
was
hurt
Jackson Dart, and then we finished the year with Jackson Dart. Or maybe he then got benched for somebody else, and then the
I
next year was
know.
Caleb.
Yeah, next year was Caleb.
Yeah, gee.
It's been a wild ride for USC quarterback, man.
Jackson Dart. I had to go through like think
Your
about me.
college
Like I grow up with like USC being like really good, pretty much. Like they
Mhm,
kind of fell off when we were like getting to high school,
mhm.
but then I get there. Even right before I get there is win the Rose Bowl. I get there, it's Sam Darnold, still okay, but we kind of underperform. And then like the the next year is like it's over.
Yeah,
The run at who was it next year?
it was straight to JT Daniels.
Okay, that was JT, and then I get that, and then I'm done. I even get a COVID fifth year. I'm like, okay, sweet, come back. It's yeah, Dart and whatever. We get 60 piece by UCLA. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this is not fun. And then I'm like, all right, I'm graduating. I'm out of here. Caleb Williams. I'm like, sweet. You gotta love that. You gotta
He
love
just said,
my odds on that.
"Oh, you're gone? Yeah, yeah, let me get in there."
Bad.
I mean, maybe he just couldn't hang with you on campus, He's like, "I can't compete with this guy, like, what am I,
I
am
mean,
I
that's a good
supposed to"
point.
I
That's
mean,
honestly
well,
a good
yes,
point.
sources sources might have something to say about that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, just seeing USC's, bowl game, I guess, bid, I'm not confident in our, chances in this game.
Yeah, I don't like anybody's chances, honestly. Like, well,
I
the
don't wanna
thing that
play
I don't know is like who in any of these bowl games. So like for
Yeah,
those of you
who's
that don't
playing?
know, we're bringing this into the pod.
Oh, of course.
For the past I don't know how many years, we pick the bowl games.
At least
We go
5
through every single one. It's me, Nick, and his dad, and we have our picks and we have who won. I honestly every year,
we've, like, traded, I don't think anyone has ever
but
gone
I
back to
never
back.
know who won the last year. We go
Really?
into the year, I never remember. Like I always am
Oh,
like, maybe I did I win? I never like actually remember. So I hope like someone's keeping track of all this shit because I do not remember. But we always
I
I
have a
think
spreadsheet.
the only thing I do remember I won the first 2 years. I
I
think
I
I
know
went
you won the first one, but I think my dad got the second one on
maybe
the no, my dad won the second one off of the
off the
Bama,
Natty.
Clemson game. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. So like, yeah, but I think we've all kind of like there
Yeah.
isn't like one person that's like never won. Like everyone's kind of gotten theirs,
Oh, yeah.
but we always pick every game. The problem that has started to arise is we don't fucking know who's playing in any of these games. We might not know until the day of. Like, so we
Yeah.
try and like kind of set them, and like people are changing them last second because this QB is not playing. This person, like, I'd love to pick like SC, but like
Who is actually playing? I know.
who's playing? Is Miller Moss going to play the whole game? Are they going to put the freshman in? Like, I'd love to pick. I wanted to pick. Like, I want to pull up one of the games. Like, in theory, I'd take who's
But yeah,
Ohio
it won't.
State playing? Who's Ohio State playing? Missouri? No, I'd take
Yeah,
Missouri, I
Mizzou.
think anyway. But like
100%
Ohio
Mizzou.
State's favored, but like are they still favored without their like now their quarterback's not going to play? Like is Florida State just going to phone it in? Is Georgia going to try? Like and same with Oregon. Like Oregon's playing Liberty, they should beat the shit out of them, but like Liberty's just going to go try so hard. And is Bo Nix even going to play?
They said he is.
Like I would assume he would play. He strikes me as the type of guy to play the bowl game.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea. I don't know who's playing. I got to watch shitty Iowa versus Tennessee. Like let me gouge my eyes out. Let me take the under.
Yeah, I mean, Iowa, it's just the most
Yeah, so we'll
miserable.
see. So like it gets interesting each year because like we don't know who's playing. It's just a crapshoot. So at this point, like you just gotta hope you just get lucky.
There's one year you pick like a MAC team, like you'll pick Toledo every year, and they'll either beat somebody by 45, and you look like a genius, or they just get absolutely
Yeah, I
mollywopped.
have a couple like standard operating picks.
Yeah,
I always, every single time, which is tough in this game. And I didn't do it last year because it was USC playing. I always pick the non-power
yeah.
5 team, but it was USC playing too late, and so I obviously picked USC, and that shit went horrible. But this year it's Oregon, it's versus Liberty. But like, can I pick? Can I even pick Liberty? Surely not, right?
uh,
Maybe. And then I'll always pick until the day I die. I'm picking the Hilltoppers every single time.
of
If you're
course.
not picking Western Kentucky, I know one absolute lock that I'm going with this year though,
Arizona.
and that's the Arizona Wildcats over
Arizona
Oklahoma. There is
Wildcats.
no doubt. I will put the fucking house on Arizona beating Oklahoma. I
Oh yeah.
don't care. They could be playing Georgia right now. I don't care. Give me Arizona.
It's
They should be in the
honestly,
playoff.
yeah, the fact that the committee kept throwing out that we want the 4 best teams, it's like,
Put them
have you
in.
checked out Arizona? They're
Guys are a
beating the
wagon.
piss out of it. It's gonna be interesting to see how it because with the new transfer portal shit, it's gonna be like setting your fantasy football lineup where I wake up 20 minutes for the game, see who's actually gonna play. What
I, I
coaches go
I
into a
think you're
team.
breaking up. Wait, hold on. You might be back now.
This is evidence of today is where I'm pointing. Spectrum has been spectruming.
Yeah, Spectrum is hitting you right now. I don't know if you can hear me, but
I can hear you.
you
Can
have
you hear me?
turned into Robot Man.
Oh, fuck.
That's all right. Hey, this is shit we live with.
Dirty.
I see you haven't dropped out. You're just very blurry. And now I can't hear you. Oh,
The back.
I would hit a quick exit and a re-enter maybe. That would be my strategy. And I'll keep the people entertained. I just looked up and I saw that Army and Navy are playing next weekend and they're both 5-6. So one team's making the bowl game. So that's gonna be electric. Alright, we'll wait for this stew to rejoin. I'm already one beer down. Give me a second.
Better.
What the?
Wait, is there 3 of me?
You in the Matrix? I mean, your bottom one is. I don't know if yours got any better though. It's actually a little better. You're still blurry, but
Bro, can you hear me at least?
I can hear you. But your screen is spectruming pretty hard.
So, Spectrum has been spectruming so hard today that 4 times during work today, it just shut off for 15 minutes. I could look at my router sitting next to me at my
You're
desk.
doing good right now.
Oh, and it just turned red randomly, and so I try to look on the app to see if I'm in a blackout zone, which first of all, I don't wanna hear no weather issues. It's Southern California, like, it's
Yeah,
70 degrees every day, clear, like, what are we doing? So, sorry about that, folks. It's been all day today.
yeah. I think it dropped your your picks though out of the thing, so you might have to
Uh, I can do that.
reload
Okay.
those into our little
Yeah,
library down there.
let me go ahead and do that. I
I
just
was
want to make
telling the
sure
people
we
that this weekend Army Navy game,
Mhm.
they're both 5-6. So winner makes a bowl. That'd be pretty
Okay.
electric. Who's favored? Army minus 2.5. Here we go.
Who's got the best new uniforms? Though I heard they're always coming with some heat this year.
That's a good question. Army just beat Coastal Carolina in their last game, so that's got to count for something.
It's a win in my book,
Yeah.
It's a win in the win column. Who is in this Pop-Tart Bowl? Because I'm really interested to see. Apparently, the mascot is you're supposed to be like a Pop-Tart that you actually eat after the game. Which,
Okay.
how do you get it to move? I don't know.
I want to be in the Pop-Tart Bowl. Let's see. Let me find it.
I thought USC was going to the Pop-Tart Bowl, and I thought it was only fitting.
It'll be a vibe.
Yeah.
I wish.
Dude, they just walk up to you and they give you, instead of like, because they give you something for every bowl game you go to, they just give you a Costco-sized box of Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tart Bowl is NC State versus Kansas State.
I mean,
It's not horrible.
yeah, I
Could be
mean,
worse, I guess.
yeah, but it
It
could
could
also
be
be
like it
better.
could be Texas State versus Rice.
You know what? That's a
Think
fair
JT will
point.
be coaching that game already? He's got to be
Um,
coach. He's got to be coaching up the boys, surely.
I feel like JT is gonna end up becoming like a motivational speaker, but it doesn't make
I
sense
feel
to
like he's
motivate.
going to coach it like modern day. He'll be like the quarterbacks coach or something. I could
See
see that.
that? Could see that for sure.
Starting out in high school and kind of just doing his thing.
Just farting around in there.
Thank you, JT, for your service.
Thank you, JT. It was a great ride. I mean, it was a ride, like we said.
It
It
was a
was
ride.
went
Well,
from captaining one of the
lot of up. Well, not a lot of ups. Lot of
well,
downs and some
well,
mid.
I mean, like ups were kind of like it's like a bunny slope. Like we had a little.
Uh huh. We'd have a good moment of like, oh yeah, new change of scenery. I'm gonna really hit the ground running. Not quite.
Goes
We
up
went
to
to
West
4
Virginia.
different schools. That's insane.
Yeah,
That's crazy. 4 schools isn't. I don't know how you like make that happen, but good for him.
yeah. Hey, shout out JT. He was committed, and then he just kept getting hit in the head. And I watched it this season. He didn't have a good O line. It was just
Yeah, I mean you're at Rice,
yeah.
so I'm not really sure what you were expecting to
And my
like
brother and I
have
had a
a
good
breakout
discussion about
season.
that. He was asking, he's like, "How do people become like Rice fans?" I'm like, "I think the way it works is like your dad kind of dictates that. So if you wake up as a kid and your dad throws a Rice jersey at you and is like, "Hey, guess what, kid? We're Rice fans.
I feel like
We
the
go
only
see
people that are fans of Rice either went to Rice
our parents."
or like are front. Like what's that area? I'm about to find out. Like
It's Texas. I know that.
yeah, it's Houston. So like
There's so many teams
there's
you can pick.
yeah, you could pick Houston.
Yeah,
But maybe you're a guy that's like, you know what, everyone's roots for Houston. I'm fucking repping Rice, dog. I'm ride or die with Rice. I'm not picking Houston like everyone else.
it's a fair
Like
point. You know what? I didn't think about that. And you're
how
probably
many
so hyped for the
universities
beginning of the year.
are in Houston? There's like
Speaking of
40?
Houston,
Jeez.
hey,
So
who
the
the
big
hell
ones
was?
are Houston. Oh, there's Texas Southern.
Okay, it's fair.
There's Rice.
Right.
That's basically like the big 3.
Who was it that came down and said that the University of Houston can't wear the Oiler Inspire uniforms anymore? What dipshit did that? Why do we got to ruin something good?
Yeah, let the boys have fun out here, man. Jeez.
It's probably some pencil pusher who doesn't watch football. Who
For sure.
just this is a violation of Section 2, Article 4.
Facts.
Give me a break, dude.
Facts.
I mean, let's get into our picks. Let's see what
Okay.
the boys did for championship Saturday. Um, we got chaos, which I loved. I loved the chaos.
I mean, I saw the field.
Oh, I pulled the wrong one. Let me load the other ones. Hold on.
Outshot. Outshot.
Yep, and the wrong one. All right.
This guy.
Whatever.
We'll blame Spectrum.
It was fair.
Spectrum is Spectrum, and people. Hold on.
Let me see if I can pull them up from here. Let me just re-download them real quick because it's naming them the same shit.
That's how it goes sometimes. I'll be getting confused. I can't lie.
Spectrum's really giving me some good adversity today.
I feel like I did shit in the NFL, but maybe not as bad as I thought.
NFL was kind of interesting. There were a couple picks that just didn't like you just can't predict it.
Yeah.
Oh, because I have to save. Got it. One more moment. I saved them as PNGs, and you can't do that.
You can't. You gotta PDF them.
Yeah,
That's a rookie mistake, man.
it was. So I can't blame Spectrum for that one. That one's
No.
just me being a dipshit. Which
Yeah.
you know what?
Sometimes that happens.
Okay, now we're cooking. Yeah. Okay. There we go. You saw the field.
There we go. Now I'm seeing it.
You saw the field
Okay.
pretty good.
I
Pretty
mean,
good. I mean,
I
5.
saw the field because I just knew in my heart, chaos scenario. It's gonna happen. And
Yeah. I mean,
sure enough, that shit went down.
starting with the Big 12, I think after we both saw that Oklahoma State had a frat get caught with a Longhorn on the front
Yeah,
lawn, and
it was
painted
over.
it like you're losing by 50.
Yeah, they're lucky they didn't lose by more.
Yeah.
They probably could have lost by more.
Plus, you know how hard I'm gonna play if there's a freaking Big 12 championship belt being given by the Undertaker. Like I'm,
Like, yeah, I'm in.
I'm playing my ass off for that thing.
I didn't really watch this game, kind of just because it was over before it really began. But I like opened my phone just to check the score, like because it started at 9 and it's like 9:15. I'm like, oh, just let's see what's up. 14 zip. I was like, oh, okay. This thing's done.
Yeah.
You tried, Oklahoma State. Not really. Shouldn't have killed the Longhorn.
No. Shouldn't have done that. And then I saw the one highlight when I clicked on the game was the Oklahoma State running back slamming his helmet into the bench. I said, yeah, this one's probably over.
Yeah. So
So,
Texas handled their business, and you know, uh,
Big 12
Big
champs.
12 champs. There you go. They had a loss to Oklahoma mixed in there, but that's Red River. That's how it
Yeah.
goes sometimes.
Shit happens.
It happens. That's how it goes.
Man, scrolling down to that ACC championship game with Louisville,
Man,
Florida State. Realistically, my pick should have gone through because if you get gifted the ball at the 12-yard line and you're somewhat of a competent offense, you should be able to give me some points. Even a field goal I would have lived with,
yeah,
but that
yeah.
pick was just so stupid.
I think this Florida State defense is insane. That's what it seems like.
It seems like they are.
But
Their quarterback, third string, is just not it.
yeah, Glenn was not. He was not cooking. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But Plummer was also not cooking. Like he had the
Yeah.
same. I'm looking at their QBR. Jack Plummer 13.1, Brock Glenn 12.7. It's a shit bowl between those two. So it's not
Yeah.
like the Louisville guy played much better. So
No, he didn't. And the one thing I didn't understand really about the Louisville game was you beat the piss out of Notre Dame by running the football and didn't look like we committed that much to the run.
no.
We got stopped a couple times and said, you know what? We're gonna throw
I
and
mean, all I really have to say about this game is it was in your hands, Louisville.
yeah.
You had a chance to eliminate chaos. You
Hmm.
had an opportunity, and you didn't take it.
Nope.
Um, and since Florida State won, then we had to have a shit show happen on Sunday. So thanks, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
Thank you for helping
entertaining.
with the chaos. I enjoyed it.
You were the prime candidates. You and Alabama fucked it. Bama
Yeah.
could have just lost, and all this would have been over with. But no.
Yeah.
But no, you shitters had to be. I don't even know if Louisville Lamar Jackson would have won that game. Those guys were just playing like dog meat.
Yeah. The only good player was that receiver number 1, I think, for Louisville. They had like a highlight of him running a hitch route and he threw the
Okay.
guy off and I don't know. I just
Is it
thought
the
the
guy
play
last
calls.
name Thrash? Yep.
Yeah, Thrash.
Last name Thrash is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So I'll give him that, but that's about
Yeah.
it.
I mean, the Florida State defensive line is absolutely insane. Number 5 is just he put a 350-pound left tackle in the quarterback's lap for a sack. Like
Yeah,
that's some elite talent,
those
but
boys can play.
they can play. But guess what? Their offense cannot without Jordan Travis.
No,
So,
it's not looking ideal.
no, it's not. Screwing up to the Pac-12 championship
Mhm.
game, the last Pac-12 championship game. It's sad to say that. I
It really is.
It kind of brought a tear to my eye seeing the videos of like all the mascots standing in the court,
Yeah, that was crazy.
cheering
Giving
everything
each other
on.
hugs. I'm
Oh,
like, dang, what's going on? Got me down bad.
when the Stanford tree actually dresses up, that's when you know it's sad.
Yeah.
Like he's not
When he's
being silly.
actually, yeah, not being a big dumb dipshit.
Yeah,
He's
not
taking
dressed
something
like a crook.
serious for once in his life.
Yeah, I mean, it was a phenomenal game. Both picks looked good. I mean, Oregon had a chance to win the game.
Uh-huh.
You get a turnover, and then Bo Nix says, "Let me give it right back to you."
Yep.
So I don't
Yeah, I think
think
story
either
of the
team
game was
had it.
just Washington was just running the rock.
Yeah,
They were running the rock. I did not really expect that. I thought it would just like Penix still threw for a bunch, but
I thought it was gonna be an aerial assault for sure.
yeah, I thought like they did well. It's just me now. It's just me. They did well at balancing the there you go, you're back. They did well at balancing the attack a little bit. Run, pass. They were doing it all.
Yeah, they were. Bring this back up.
Yeah, and, I mean, like I was saying last week, like I get Oregon 9.5 point favorites.
I didn't like 9.5.
Washington is just not a good matchup for them. I was trying to explain to people like all these people like they kind of haven't beat anybody. I'm like cool, whatever. Like
Yeah,
for whatever reason, Oregon they cannot match up. It's just because they're so afraid. When you have 2 to 3 NFL caliber receivers with an accurate quarterback,
yeah,
if you're worried about that, there is a chance for the run game to explode. Like there's
100%.
so many things you have to worry about. Um, and if you make one mistake or you have a couple 3 and outs or you get behind the chains, like
It's a tough game, tough day.
Penix will make plays. Like if there's one thing about him, he's not. If you give him a drive to win the game, he's gonna take it.
That drive to ice the game was the most impressive drive I've seen from any team all year.
Yeah, like
It took what, 7 minutes? I
yeah.
was
I want to
impressive.
look. Let me go
Uh,
to the play-by-play.
to think about it from the Oregon defense, you had
Yeah, that touchdown drive was 6:20. Oh no. Oh no. Not Spectrum. Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just what can go bad will go bad. That's all I'll say. What can go bad will go bad. I mean, there's just some times in life where you have to just take it on the chin. Somebody play a sad song. Someone play taps? Someone play taps. Dun, dun, dun. No, I'm blurry. It can't get much worse than this. Focus on me. There we go. There we go. Slowly backing. Slowly backing. Slowly backing up. I'm still blurry. I mean, there's just some things in life that you can't have. Hold on, I'm texting my counterpart, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing this for the people. I'm doing this for the people. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm about to pull it right back up. Yep. PDF. Boom. Watch this, people. I'm here like we ain't never left. Like we ain't never left. Bang. Yeah, what was I saying about Oregon? Um, there's something about this Washington team. I can't put my like finger on it. I can't put a lot of things on it.
I'm back from the dead.
Okay, he's back. I went ahead and downloaded it and pulled it back up. So
Okay,
I
making
was
plays
just
around
let
here.
we I found an instrumental of Taps. I
Mhm.
played Taps live. I didn't, but I was going to just to like for our fallen soldier. I was just
Uh,
reiterating about Washington being just a bad matchup, and I love this team. Like it's crazy to me to think like SC was a couple plays away, beating these boys.
Bro, if we just had a defense, if we just had a defense that was competent, we probably beat both of these teams given how
Did
close the
what you
game
did
was.
with those boys,
It was those boys. Right man for the
right,
job.
man, for the job. Yeah, but I like Washington. If I'm rooting for Washington,
Yeah,
please
I'm rooting for Big Dub.
do it for the legacy.
Do it for the Pac-12.
Do it for the Pac-12 legacy.
Do it for the boys.
There hasn't been a Pac-12 champ. The closest they got was when
Or
Oregon made it
got boat
and
raced
lost to
by
Ohio State by Zeke and Cardale.
yeah.
Um,
And
I
this
would love it.
Washington
I
team
think
is really good.
Washington. If I'm Washington, I'd rather play Texas than either Bama or
Yeah,
Michigan for sure. A
Texas is good.
Washington Bama matchup would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
In the chip, that would be a good time. I'd be down for that.
Oh yeah. I'd like to see because I think Alabama has the best secondary
Hmm.
in the playoffs. I would like to see Alabama's secondary against these wide receivers because that is a true NFL matchup.
We'll get to it eventually, but you know what's happening. Bama's winning this whole thing.
We've
Yeah,
said it.
yeah,
People
yeah.
called us big dumb dipshits and look at the Stooges and what do we know? Guess what? Since week 3, old Saban's just gonna
Saban's
take
gonna go on a roll, and they'll
away.
probably win this whole thing. And here we
Boom.
are.
Yep. And he'll
You
be
saw
sitting
the
there.
video of Michigan when they saw Bama's name pop up. They were like, "What the shit? No!"
Hope you enjoy being number one
Those
because
guys were
those
shook.
seats fucking you up.
On to Michigan, Iowa. Michigan won. On to Bama, Georgia. I mean, that's basically it, right? Like what?
Hey,
Like
it was you know what? The
they didn't
Iowa
score.
punter put in a hell of a game,
Hell
okay?
yeah. I mean, he's one of the best.
Just hey,
He is the
I
best. I think. I think he's gonna win whatever award. Ray
yeah,
Guy, I
Ray
think.
Guy.
Yeah,
Ray Guy Award. I've never seen a punter better than him.
yeah.
Yeah, it
And that's
was
not even just because he punts a lot. He's actually a really good punter.
yeah,
Like he's a pretty elite, and of course he
he'll
went to Iowa. Like
pin you within the 10.
I mean, it was just like the fact I get it. Like they were kind of trolling on game day, but like the fact that three of them picked Iowa, I'm like, okay, everybody. Like you don't
Coastal
actually.
and Pat picked Iowa.
I'm like, you don't actually believe that. Theo Vaughn picked Iowa. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Theo Vaughn is the greatest guest game picker of
Yeah,
all.
I watched a video of just his picks, and I'm like, this guy is hilarious.
Said I got a tetanus shot in Toledo, so I'm gonna ride with the Rockets.
There we go. Yeah, so
Shout
Michigan
out.
won. Any surprise? No,
No, not at all.
no. On to the game of the
Game of
game
the
that
week for
changed it
sure.
all.
Yeah,
It could have been so simple, Georgia.
could have.
You could have just handled your business, and then it would have been Georgia in and Texas in.
Yeah,
Maybe I don't know.
I
Would they have still put Texas in over Florida State, or would they have changed their mind?
I realistically think if Bama didn't win, and I know this is an if this is an unpopular opinion, I think Washington somehow gets snubbed, and you get Alabama, Georgia in there because they'd say you lost to the number one team in the country in the SEC,
That would be
so
crazy.
you're in. I've been calling it. I gotta take a sec. I love seeing everybody at ESPN and every network all of a sudden speaking the way that we've been talking. I've been
I
called a
know.
dipshit for saying the SEC gets a bias, and now they're saying, wait. Alabama gets, like, a preferred treatment every time? Like, yeah,
Yeah, like, yeah, dude. And
it's
even
called the
like
Alabama
the thing that
Invitational.
I've been saying all year is what we've been saying is like we get it, right? Okay, ICC
Mhm.
bias, but This year, they're not that good.
Nope.
They're
They got a
giving
top
them
2.
this, like, bias.
Mhm.
Not at one point, if everyone has been following along with our rankings, not one point this year did we have Georgia ranked number 1, ever, because they've never shown us to be the number 1 team.
Nope.
They've been 3 and maybe 2 or maybe as high as 3. Have they been 2? I don't know. It's
I think
always
they
been a
went
Michigan or an Ohio State or a Washington
Washington.
because those teams have shown us a little something. Georgia, to me, hasn't played anyone. When they finally did play people, they played them all at home. They had 8 home games, 4 away games.
How did that
Basically
happen?
had basically had a home game in the SEC championship game because it's in Georgia every year.
Yeah.
So why am I supposed to, like, look at the records of the SEC against other conferences? They lost majority of their games to the ACC, who got snubbed, which is Florida State. So, like,
Yeah.
I get the people who are like SEC is really good.
But
Typically,
it's top
yes,
heavy.
but you have to watch the year. Like this year, Cal went into Auburn and won.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, right? That was a
I believe they went to Auburn, yeah.
right? Or am I
It was in the early
misremembering?
season.
They at least went into Auburn and gave it a game.
No, I
Okay,
think
they
they
lost. They
they
lost second game of the year, but it was 14-10.
oh, okay, so they alright, you lose, but that's
Like
Cal. It's like our
that's Cal
bottom
versus
F1
Auburn.
team.
Like
No, I agree
this is
with
the
you.
one. Utah with a backup QB walked into Florida, or no, they walked
And
into Florida
Washington,
last year.
Utah.
But, hold them to 11 points, beat the shit out of them.
Yeah. I think, um, I saw a very interesting Georgia team that I haven't seen before. They were not healthy, which like you said, Georgia's always had, like, 8 home games. They're always fresh at the end of the year. The Mad Lad was not
The Mad
healthy.
Lad was hurting, Brock Bowers was hurting
Yeah.
still.
I and what was interesting to me was Georgia didn't lean on the run game, like, at all.
Yeah.
They didn't try to commit to it. Um, I think the difference in the game too was that weird reverse where they just left the ball Beck just left the ball on the ground. Like,
Yeah,
he
that was
just
I
instead
don't
of
know what
handing it,
happened.
he just flipped it and just it's very odd, but I kinda thought Bama was gonna win. I it was very interesting seeing in, like, my
Mhm.
Instagram DMs. People gotta understand. We've been saying Washington was the number 1 team in the country
We
all
said it
year.
for a lot of the year, and the only reason why we took them off and put them like 2 or 3 is because Ohio State had 2 big wins,
Yeah.
and then we put Michigan in because they beat Ohio State, who we had at number 1. Like, those are the only teams that have even had a chance, so
Plus, how fun is it if we do picks and I don't pick a couple that were against each other? You know, like it's for fun a little bit.
yeah.
But
But
Bama
it was like
Bama's
a
gonna
it's a
see
just the same with the
it's 50-50 on all
The
these.
3 games that we picked, it's like those were the 3 50-50 games,
Mhm,
and I just got the right side of it.
mhm.
Like, it could have
No,
very easily been you had 5 wins and I had 2. Like, it was like
100%.
it's a couple plays away from that happening, so
No, I was 100% happy with my picks. I wanted to just see pure I liked yours better. I wanted to go with
the
Alabama's I
chaos
wanted chaos. I just wanted the committee, and I got to see it
to shit
front
the bed.
row. Just shit at the bed. Just and then
Yeah.
have to first of all, okay, the SEC commissioner needs to chill out, okay? I understand you're the commissioner of the conference, but, like, you gotta relax, dude. You're saying this is like Sesame Street, one of these isn't like the other, what
That's the
relax.
guy I love when he guy said there isn't a world or there isn't a
Yeah.
what did he say? Like, what was his line? I forget
It's
what
like
his
there
line.
isn't a world where
This
the
isn't real there isn't
SEC
real life or, like, I don't know what he said. He's
something like
like,
that.
"That's not a real world that we live in."
I think so.
Like,
It was like
dang.
Thanos-like.
I'm like, "Okay, dude, but, like, what if, man? Like, you guys shit the bed. Like, sorry."
Yeah.
I just don't understand why they don't get punished for, like, having the weak ass schedules every year. I
That's what
hate that they
pisses
can
me
play
off.
their week, like, 11 game, or week 10 against Chattanooga and, like, Middle Tennessee State, and I'm like, "Bro, what are we doing here?"
I agree. There
Some
should be a
bullshit.
punishment for it.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to college. We'll go through NFL right now. Let me pull that one up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll have a lot more to say about college later,
Yeah,
when we show our final top 10.
it's bittersweet to say that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's been a journey, and I wish we could play some music, but we'll probably get copyrighted, so can't do it. Sorry about it. It was a pretty, we had an even field this
Yeah.
week. I mean, starting with the Broncos Texans. I mean, we both picked experience to win the game. We said Russ, experienced quarterback, gonna go in Houston, Texan, Houston, Texas, and just take care of business. And he almost did.
Yeah,
Um,
Mr. Unlimited just, he he fell short this time. But, I mean, we were rocking with him. I mean, this Texans team,
Nico
they
Collins. Holy
will
cow!
probably if they make the playoffs, they'll lose round 1,
Yeah,
but they're like a fun
they're fun round
they're
one.
like, "Oh, this is fun." It's always a close game. That's why I think that they'll end up losing, like, first round play. Like, it's just always, like, to the wire, and typically teams like this, young super young teams will with a first-year head coach, they'll probably, like, just not quite make the plays to win the game in the playoffs, especially if their first round matchup is, like, they have to play the Ravens
Yeah.
or, like, it's just gonna be tough.
Hmm.
Um, Even if they have to play the Chiefs, like, there's a world where the Chiefs aren't the number 1 seed and they gotta play Chiefs round 1, like
Yeah, I
there's
could
no
see
way
it.
this Texans team is going into Arrowhead and beating Patrick Mahomes. I don't care who's playing receiver. Me and you could play receiver. They're gonna
Yeah.
win that game. So, there's that.
No, I agree. Plus, I love the overreaction for them losing in Lambeau. Um, the Chiefs always turn it on come playoff time.
Yeah,
I
they'll
don't
they'll
care
be
what
good.
seed they are. They're gonna get their shots going down. They're gonna get all their different enhancements, and they're gonna make sure they're
Yeah,
ready to
it
go.
could be a little different, like, I can't remember the last time they haven't been the number 1 seed.
So it's
So
gonna
the
be fun to watch Patrick Mahomes on the road if
Yeah,
so.
if they gotta go on the road, like, maybe this, like, whole thing is different. Like, last year, number 1 seed.
Mhm.
The year before that, they weren't,
But it'll be like
but it
watching,
was the Titans, so I think the Titans ended up losing early.
yeah, they did.
Then
They lost
2020,
to the
they were
Bengals.
number 1 seed. Then it was the Ravens in 2019,
Mhm.
but they lost early, so then the Chiefs ended up having home games. Let's go 2018, Chiefs number 1 seed. 2017 was kinda before they kinda made their
Their mark.
yeah. So, basically, the 2 years they didn't, the teams got dropped off early, and they ended up just hosting the AFC Championship game every year. So, yeah.
Makes things easy.
But, you
Um,
got Ravens, Dolphins, Jags. Unfortunately, like, Jags would have been up there, they just lost, so other
there's
than
just
those
something
4, it's kinda just, like, dead in there. Steelers, Browns, Colts, Texans, Broncos, like, goodness me.
there's just something about the Dolphins that, like, they're always exciting to watch play in the regular season, and then just come playoffs, it just never
Yeah, I feel like
works. They
they
should
can
be good in the playoffs.
they can really get smacked in the mouth.
Yeah, because I think what happens is they run a lot of, like, pick routes to get Tyreek open, which, hey, if you can get away with it, sure.
Yeah.
I think come playoff time when they're not calling all these ticky-tack pass interference and they're letting the guys play, I think these DBs just get a hand on them and they're like, "Yeah, you're faster than me, but, like, if I'm holding you, you can't go."
Yeah.
Yep. So, I think the Dolphins, I'd like to see them do something in the playoffs, but that's besides the point for our picks. Yeah, Mr. Unlimited just didn't quite have
Yeah.
it.
Didn't he turnover late in the game, and
Yeah,
that's
and
all
he
she wrote.
did miss Jerry Jeudy late on the wheel route. I mean,
Yeah.
butt naked, just
You gotta
pissed.
hit those. Gotta hit those, Russ. If we're gonna let you cook, you gotta at least use your ingredients.
Yeah, can't have you doing no chop show where you just
Yeah.
make up stuff as you go here. We need you to kind of follow the recipe every once in a while.
Yeah. Like we draw
Scrolling
it
on
up.
down to the matchup in LA, Browns,
Mm.
Rams. First of all, Flacco looked pretty good in the beginning.
Flacco did not look horrible.
I mean,
So,
he threw a couple dots that
yeah.
were like he overthrew a deep ball. I think that was like what 60 yards.
Yeah. I mean, once it was confirmed Flacco, like, I know that there's a world where the Browns could have won, but, like, they really would have had to have everything go their way.
Yeah.
The Rams kinda just should have won.
Mhm.
just based on form and like who's playing, and they got basically no cohesion on
Yep.
offense with Flacco yet. I don't know how it's going to translate to later in the year, or if they're going to roll with Flacco, or if they're going to trot DTR's concussed ass back out there. Who knows what's going on? Like,
No, I
there's a world where the Browns just lose out and go 7-10, and I win $25 from EP. So,
and you'd love to see it.
and
Love
that
every
is
second of it.
there. I have no problem with that.
I mean, it's just I mean, it was wonderful to see the offense clicking. Um, Obviously, as said in our group chat, I'm not, losing my mind because we beat the Browns.
Yeah,
But I do have to say that that defense is still elite. The same ball
the
players
defense
that
good.
are
Yeah.
legendary were still out there. So to see the Rams put up 36 points, Stafford looked great. Kyron Williams looked great. I
Yep.
think we finally found a back that can take over again, which is wonderful to see. The line played phenomenal against Garrett.
Mhm.
I mean, he didn't make too much noise. And then I know people don't want to say it, but Cooper Cup, the offense has become a lot better. Like I'd said in the beginning of the year, when we first got Cup back, it was just a Cup show. It was like, all right, get the ball to Cup, get the ball to Cup. And so defense is just keying on that. They're like, all right, wherever 10 goes, you go.
Mhm.
And I said it was going to take until we realized that we have to ride the young gun of 17 and use 10 as a decoy. He'll still get his touches every once in a while, but like 17 as the fresh legs. And sure enough, that's what the game plan has been recently is get the ball to
Mhm.
17, let the defense double team 10. I love the unselfish play. I understand for fantasy it's not great, but to be honest with you folks, I could give a fuck about fantasy for the rest of the year. I'm just ready to go next year.
Yeah.
I've uh, I've exhausted all my options in that.
Yeah, I mean, the Rams are there's a world they can make a run here, especially because of how just kinda tight this wild card, like, besides the
Yeah.
Cowboys, who technically, like, either the Eagles or the Cowboys will have that first wild card spot, so that's gonna be, like, pretty much guaranteed. The
Mhm.
6 seed and the 7 seed, right now it's Vikings 6-6, Packers 6-6, Rams 6-6, Seattle 6-6. Like,
We had the
Vikings
tiebreaker over
have
Seattle. Pretty cool.
yeah, Packers have the win over the Rams, so they're ahead. Vikings have, like, some best win percentage thing that kinda puts them
Mhm.
ahead of everybody else. Um And then tiebreak over Seattle, which is pretty huge for the Rams. Having that just in your back pocket just always
Yeah.
keeps you basically a game ahead. It's gonna be a mad dash to the fin. Like, it's kind of like, for me, it's looking like two teams for 4 spots,
Mhm.
and just the way like momentum's going, it's looking like the Packers and the Rams rather
Yeah.
than the Vikings and the Seahawks. Obviously, that can change. The Seahawks have had a pretty tough,
Tough road.
yeah,
Not
run
only
a game.
this
Like, they
season.
lost to that Rams game, which they kinda needed to win, but then it's like, you go Niners, Cowboys, Niners, Eagles, like,
And then you
you're
go
6 and 8 potentially, and then you could maybe get a win, Titans, Steelers, Cardinals, you'll see, like, maybe you can get back to the 9 and 8, but I don't know, 9 and 8 might not do it. And like, 9 and 8, with the Rams being 9 and 8 definitely won't do it because 'cause you're gonna lose tiebreaker.
yeah.
So they might have to be 10 and 7 and hope the Rams end up 9 and 8, like, that could be the only chance, so gonna
Did
be
you
a fun stretch.
It is. I mean, did you think coming into the season that we would be sitting here saying that the Rams have a chance for the wild card and the Chargers are on the outside looking in? Like,
No.
I don't
I
think
I could have
anyone would
believed
qualify
I could have believed if you would've told me that the Rams have a chance for a wild card, I would have
wild card.
believed you, but I don't know, I probably would have believed the Chargers shit too, because that just sounds like a Chargers season, like, somehow they're, like, 5 and 7.
Yeah.
But no, like, if you're looking at the 2 LA teams, like, the Rams are kinda like, they're still gonna roll, like, they got the guys still, it's kinda just on the they're just on their decline, like, and maybe they
Yeah.
like, it was kind of the season of, do they got one more in them?
Yeah.
Do they got one more run? And I don't know how far that run could go. Like, there's a world where your first round matchup is the Eagles, and you're like, well, fuck.
I don't know.
You
See,
got to go to Philly, or you got to go to Dallas, or you got to go to San Francisco. Like,
if I had to pick who I want the Rams to face as a wild card, if and this is my if scenario, I would rather play the Detroit Lions because I think we could get
Oh,
something done
I'd
because
wanna
they have
play the
so much
Lions. Yeah,
history.
definitely. I'd wanna play the Lions. Then I'd probably wanna play the Eagles. The only thing
Yeah,
about the Eagles is Stafford could go down 10 times.
Stafford might die.
Yeah,
We might
that's the
we might
issue. Like,
lose
if
him.
you could get the ball out like, I know we saw the Eagles-Rams game, but, like, the Rams are better than they were then.
Mhm.
Um, I would assume the Eagles secondary could be better by then, but the thing is, like,
I mean, you
Stafford
guys did
could
too.
die.
Yeah,
He
there's
could die against the Niners and the Cowboys too. That like,
yeah.
there's a world where he doesn't survive the game, and
See,
this ship sails.
so my big question is, and again, this was based off of the fact that the Browns had a historical statistical defense, but who has the better D line between the Browns, the Eagles, the Niners, and the Cowboys?
I think it just depends what you're looking for.
Right. Okay.
I think like overall,
Mhm.
I don't know though. Like I can't tell. Like in theory, the Eagles have a really good run stopping defense. It has struggled recently.
Yeah.
The pass rush is good. Like overall, they're very good. The Niners have like more maybe talent. Like their
Yeah.
front four, like if they throw their starting four out there, it's like
Yeah.
they got two all pros on right end, left end. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Cowboys are more like dynamic, I would say. Like they kind of throw a lot at you. They're all different. That's the thing.
Gotcha. Well, because the only thing that I'm thinking of is I was under the impression earlier this year that our O line was rough, and it was. But after seeing them play against the Browns, and Stafford had a lot of time. Like
Yeah,
he
I
was
don't know if
making
the
plays
Browns
all
are a pass rush type of. I know, what's
okay.
his face is Garrett is,
Garrett. Yeah.
but the rest of them, I don't know if they
I
are
think
necessarily. They're kinda just stop the run. Like, I
right.
think their secondary was supposed to be really good. So
Yeah.
maybe the Rams just kinda got after him a little bit. I didn't watch a lot of it.
I think Ward was out with a shoulder injury though.
Okay,
So I did take that into
that would
account.
hurt a little, yeah. He is their number 1, so
I
that
think
could
my
definitely
questions for
cause
pass rush
some
will get
issues for
answered
them.
this weekend against the Ravens because that pass rush can get after you.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I'll
yeah,
see.
if the Rams beat the Ravens, this wild card chase is, fully on because 'cause I'm expecting the Ravens to win that game,
Yeah.
which is fine for the Rams, like, you're still good, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I
well, I
I
mean,
would
if
be
you win
super
that game,
happy if
you're on the moon.
could you imagine Stafford just goes in there and just lights it up? Just
It's at Baltimore, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, they're off a bye, so it could be tough. I don't know. We'll see. You
We'll
gotta
see if
play
we
the
can get
games,
some of that
though.
momentum. True.
Gotta play.
All right, I've had a good time gloating about my boys. Shout out the Rams. Love to see it. Um, yeah, this was a season I thought that was going to be really tough. Which I mean,
Mhm.
it's had its moments, but even regardless of how the record goes and if we get the wild card spot or not, very happy seeing the way the team is developing. One and two, seeing how that the young players are developing. Like, are we have a very young defense besides 99? Like
Yeah.
everybody's super young, and then you got Puka, who's the next generation. Um, Hoping Stetson Bennett can come back at some point. I mean, I don't think he's the future
That
of the
guy's just
franchise.
boozing.
He's just put down the booze, Bubba. All right. Moving
Yep.
on to Cowboys Seahawks on Thursday.
This was a fun one.
I didn't get to watch too much of it, so I'll kind of lean on you for it.
It was electric. Honestly, Seahawks probably they had a real good chance to win. Um,
I did like the uni combos from Seattle. That was for sure sweet.
DK was absolutely going off. Um, he had 3 touch I think in the first half 3 he had 3 catches for 2 touchdowns.
Well,
I was
hell,
like, "Oh, okay, this guy is absolutely going crazy." They really had a chance. They, uh
mhm,
they were down by 5, gonna had a drive to go down and win, and they had a turnover on downs. Gino literally it was a 4th and 2, I think. Let me find
mhm,
out what it yep, 4th and 2 at the 50-yard line.
mhm.
They did not block Micah Parsons, so he had a free rush on the
Oh,
quarterback, and they were setting up a screen on 4th and 2. And instead of Geno saying, "Oh, it's 4th and 2, maybe I should just chuck it downfield, maybe someone will catch it," he threw it at his running back's feet as if like they were, "Oh, we'll
he
just take the incomplete."
no.
Yeah, on 4th and 2, and the game ended. I was like, "Oh, okay, these guys are so unserious right now. This is an absolute joke." Yeah, so it was a back and forth type of game.
A lot of points.
Oh, this is what so Seattle was up. There was, let's call it 5 or 6 minutes left in the 4th.
Mhm.
Seattle's up by 5, and they have um oh, I remember there were 3 different 4th downs for Seattle where they didn't get it. So their last 3 drives ended with turnover on down. So they had a 4th and 1 at the Dallas 46. They put Charbonnet 6 yards back, and they turned it and handed it off to him to try and get 1 yard. He got negative yards. Then on the next one, they, had a 4th and 4, and I think he just chucked it deep to Njigba for no reason. And then the last one is they had a 4th and 2, and they tried to throw a screen, and he ended up just clocking it at his running back's feet. So I was like, "Yeah, there you go. That's how you lose."
Yeah, that I mean, but that is really what we've been talking about with Gino. Like, he has a really high ceiling and a very low basement. Like, his floor,
Yeah,
you
and he
shouldn't
played
have.
well. He had a pick, but, like, it wasn't like, he threw for over 300, had 3 touchdowns. Like, it wasn't horrible.
Mhm.
They just kinda fell short,
Dak
and
played phenomenal too. I gotta give him his
yep,
roses. He's
yep.
earned them. That's great.
Dak Dak played well. Really didn't have too many mistakes. Um, it was a fun game, honestly. I enjoyed watching it, so
Yeah, it was kind of. I mean, it was cool to go to my concert, but it was kind of like I kind of saw it a couple times before I went inside, and I saw. I think at one point I just saw DK just streaking down the sideline.
oh, yeah. No, it was a very fun Thursday night game, which is typically you don't get those.
Well, this week is not gonna do that for us.
No, this might be the worst, Thursday night game.
I might take a nap instead of watch the game, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna loo like, this is, I mean, it's crazy. You're gonna get Trubisky versus Zappy. I'd rather kill myself, I think.
Can I just see Bill Belichick just like go out and wrestle somebody?
Well, that was the thing, when they were doing the, like, "Hey, this is the Thursday night game next week," it
Yeah.
was Steelers, like, they put Pickett up. They didn't even put a Patriots player, they just put Bill Belichick up. So it's like Bill Belichick versus Kenny Pickett. I'm like, "What's going on here?" You couldn't pick any player to put up there?
Bill is putting on a helmet and he's
It's
going out
bad.
there.
It is bad.
He's Thanosing. He's saying, "I'll do it
I might
myself."
get Caleb Williams. Maybe that's why Caleb's coming out. He's like, "You know what? They're tanking, and I'm going with Bill."
I don't. Can't say I don't see it going well. I don't see Caleb responding well to that kind of coaching style.
Maybe.
I think Lincoln Riley is a player-friendly coach to a fault, and he's learning this next year. Did you see what he put out, his message for, like, social media and what they're doing?
No.
Um, Not only did we steal the UCLA defensive coordinator, which he actually was our defensive coordinator at one point and then left and then went to UCLA. So
Mm.
he's making his money. I respect it.
Yep.
Um, but he came out and said, "Yeah, our focus is going to be defense." He said everything we do from practice on is defensive focused. So I love seeing that because when you're an offensive genius, like you don't really need to practice it that much. Like you
Mhm.
know what you're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I'm hoping for, just better anything, really.
just a competent defense. I'm not asking for an Alabama just or a Michigan just top two, but give us a top 50 and
Give me
probably do
something.
something. Yeah.
Give me something.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where Caleb goes. If he could somehow avoid going to Chicago, I think he has a better chance. The only way I see it working really well in Chicago for a time is if they get him and then you draft Marvin Harrison, because then you get Marv and you have DJ, but then you have to sign like a tackle and you have to get an line. It's a
It's gonna
whole
be
mess.
interesting to see how the mock drafts come out. Gonna be a lot of content surrounding that, I'm sure.
There's a world where if the Bears want to take Caleb Williams, that Cliff Kingsbury gets the head coaching job.
Mhm.
I just thought about it. Think about it. That
You
was
think
his
they'll
off
get the Bears job?
if Harbaugh didn't want it and you're taking
You think they're
Caleb,
gonna fire the Bears guy?
yeah, I think he's shit canned.
Really? I don't know. I could see them just fucking around.
I
That's my thing. You gotta think about it. You don't think
it's the
like a
Bears,
normal
right,
person.
right, right.
Think like an idiot. What would the Bears do? Like I said, they'll run it with Fields, and it won't work.
Sure.
That's That's what they'll do. They're like,
We
"Oh,
did s
okay, we could take Caleb. Okay, we could make a move off Fields. Like, we could probably get another second for him, and we could draft Marvin Harrison, Caleb, get a second, get a nice lineman, get a nice this, boom, 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 and walk like nothing happened."
right.
Will they do that? No. We're sticking with Fields. We're gonna trade the pick. Fields will be shit. Everyone will start getting mad. We're gonna keep the coach. Boom. There you go.
You've already okay.
Yeah, I've seen the future.
I would not mind that because as a Caleb fan, you're asking a lot for that guy to go to Chicago. I don't necessarily see Caleb doing well in an East Coast team. And that's my
Yeah.
own thing. If I think he works better at a team where it's indoors or on the West Coast.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
can
don't know
see
about
that.
you, but I don't remember seeing him play like a cold weather game over in Oklahoma. Like I never saw
No.
like that. But that's probably thinking too far. He just wants the bag.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
maybe. I mean, right now it's the Bears because still that Panthers pick. But I mean, it is Patriots are right on their heels for that pick.
they're sniffing it. Just
Bill's trying his best.
he's doing it.
He's doing
He's doing
something.
it. Scrolling down to that Colts Titans matchup, I went with the Colts to try to get the sweep. Can you explain to me, in your expert football knowledge, how the Colts get the ball to the 1 yard line and we don't run it in with Zach Moss?
Yeah. I don't have an answer for you. I wish I did.
Do the fantasy
Some
gods hate me?
probably. I think
Okay,
some.
makes
I,
sense.
f- I swear some people just try and get too cute out there. Like, just do something normal. Like, you don't have to be a superhero. Like, you don't have to call the cutest play. Like, just be a normal person, right? Like,
Yeah, I've never been a fan of anyone trying to run an end around at the 2, and I've seen a
if you
lot of teams do it
run it
this year. Don't
4
get it.
times up the middle and get 1 yard, then you guys deserve to
Not
you deserve
score.
to lose everything.
Right.
Horrible. Yeah,
But
not good. I went with King Henry, and we almost were having a King Henry game. We kinda did. Like,
and
it
then
was
he
a
just
low
got
key. Yeah, and then he got
smoked.
rocked. So that was unfortunate
I've never seen
'cause
King Henry get smoked.
yeah, I mean, he had over 100 yards,
2 dubs.
2 touchdowns, had 1 catch. Like, he was on pace for, one of those 150-yard games, 3 touchdowns. Like, okay, King Henry. So I did call that. It's just, he got rocked and was
Yeah,
out of the game. So I'm hoping I get him back next week. Actually, I think I'm in that league, I'm clinched technically for the
that must
playoffs, so it's not like that massive of a deal, but I guess we'll see.
ah, hey, I thought the Colts would get the win. I didn't expect them to absolutely break the punter's leg.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I didn't call that, but he's not the only one who got his leg broken. The
Yeah,
dude at the sidelines for the Saints game,
got his shit snapped in half too. And Kamara just stared at him like he was a big
just
dumb dipshit.
yeah, just it's like, bro,
Kamara's like, dude, you're all right, man. Get up.
yeah, get up, and then his leg is just completely
Just
sideways.
dangling. Horrible.
And the Jameis Winston experience was exciting, and then it wasn't.
At the end of the day, it's still James.
Yeah, he'll get you back in the game, but then once
Yeah,
the game
and then
gets
he'll lose it for you.
true. And then we can be brief on the beatdown that happened.
Yeah,
Uh, you
it's
called it though.
it's what I
think it was
said.
a good
I mean,
beatdown.
like there's a lot of people talking a lot of crazy things. I have not said a lot of words about this game.
True.
One, because basically all the Eagles players kind of just were like, yeah, like they fucking beat us.
Yeah.
Which is, a stark
Well,
contrast from how the Niners were
yeah, they kind of
chirping
seemed like this
after
was their
their NFC.
Super Bowl.
It did feel that way. Now I get why it would be like they want to prove like they should have won. The only thing I'll say is like I wouldn't say it's because like the whole like Debo thing, like he went off for sure.
Yeah, they
But
did.
he didn't go off because Bradbury sucks.
No, of course not.
Like he scored on a reverse on a quick screen with 16 blockers in front of him and a linebacker covering him in the slot and he broke a tackle. So like like, I get that, like, Debo went off, but, like, it's not like he went off by being a wide receiver. Like, he just does what he normally does, which is break tackles and
Yeah, he's
catch
a
a
strong
reverse
guy.
and run and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even gonna talk about I've seen a lot of my Eagles buddies, they've been sending me all sorts of things like, "Did you see this holding? Did you see" Brother, every
It's
game,
football.
it's how it goes. There is some shit that happened in our games against the Chiefs and the Cowboys. Like, I'm not gonna about to say, like, we lost because of the holding, but
Yeah.
I will tell you why the Eagles lost. It's easy. It's not easy to beat the Niners, but there is a way to beat the Niners. You have to get out in front. If
Yeah.
this team gets rolling, they're
They're
gonna
gonna front
run it
row.
with McCaffrey, and they're gonna front run, and they're gonna play action, and they're gonna do all their little gimmicky reverses and this whole thing, which is fine. The Eagles had a chance to go up 14-0, and they got held to 2 field goals, and that was it. You play one of the best first halves you've played in the past 5 weeks because 'cause I've been watching all the Eagles games. They play shit in the first quarter pretty much. You hold the Niners to negative yards in the first quarter, but you get 6 points and then one Niner drive in the second half, they score a touchdown, you look up and you're like, "Wait, we're losing? We've been playing so well." And then it just kinda snowballs. The only person that showed up was Big Dom.
Yeah, hey, Big Dom laid it out
I
for the
thought they
boys.
were gonna do it for a second there when they scored and went down by 1 touchdown. I'm like, "Oh, we're doing this shit for Big Dom."
For Big Dom.
And then they fucking folded, so I was like, "Oh, okay, never mind." But yeah, no, Niners are a wagon. I've always known that they're a wagon. It's not like I thought the Niners were shit. Like, now I don't necessarily still believe that just because Purdy would have been in
No,
the NFC Championship game that they just would have won magically. Like,
I think it would've been close, but I
they're
still
still
don't think
down 7-0. Like, regardless of him getting hurt, that's still a fumble, and I'm pretty sure we made it either 10-0 or 14-0.
I think you made it 14-0 if I
So
recall.
it's like it's not like it was just like 0-0 game. We were up 7-zip, and then he fumbles, and then we get the ball. So it's like you still would have had to like scratch and claw, and like we still scored. It's not like I get it. You probably would have scored too, but yeah, like that's kind of all I'll say about that. I'm looking forward to hopefully a rematch at Lincoln Financial Field, but we'll see how this number 1 seed ends up. But GG's to the Niners. I mean, they played a great game as expected, which is why I picked them. And it
Yeah.
seems like Spectrum
Yeah.
just almost spectrumed you again, or
Spectrum?
halfway spectrumed you.
I'm not looking over at my router to see if it changes from blue to red. Not seeing red.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, I'll just keep
I can
going.
hear you, but we can't really see you, which is sometimes it's good because you ugly son of a bitch, but sometimes it's the people would like to see.
Most people come to see it. That's what I always see in my comments is this big son of a bitch, get him off my screen.
Yeah, it'll
I
hopefully it'll lock in for us at some point. This is just a stooge. This is a stooge episode. I know what the title will be. Fuck you, Spectrum.
there we go. Or
Yeah,
Spectrum is Spectrum Man.
that too.
Could do both.
But yeah, that's all we'll say about the Eagles game. I'll move on, and I'm gonna pull up this top 10, and hopefully you come back from the Twilight Zone.
I'd like to.
Boom. Yeah, lots of movement after championship weekend. Honorable mentions, kind of the same cast and crew, except Liberty, Group of 5,
Okay.
champ, undefeated,
That's Liberty.
13-0. Throw them in there. Might as well. Oh, you're looking better now. You're looking
Okay.
more mobile.
Okay.
You're a little like behind. Wait, no, you might be good now.
I was behind.
There you go.
When
Now
you
you're
said,
good. Yep.
yeah,
You're
when you
locked
said
in
the
now.
top 10 was locked, it was just scrolling on mine.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're back.
Yeah. So like, don't really need to too much. Some of these teams didn't play. Obviously, Missouri just chills at 10. Penn State at 9. The action kind of starts at 8.
Right.
Now there's a world where Ohio State could be ranked ahead of Oregon. I kept Oregon ahead of Ohio State. One, I like it because they made their conference championship.
Yeah, I agree.
And they lost by 3 again. And as you can see on the left, they lost to who I think is the number 1 team. I went back and forth on this Washington Michigan thing. I'll get to it later, but I had a lot of thinking about it.
Okay.
If you look at this though, like in totality, this is what I think the committee should have done. Maybe you
Oh.
could have put Michigan 1 or Washington 1,
Mhm.
but this is what I think it should have looked like. And it basically did look like that. If you go to the AP,
It did.
yeah. And then you go to the CFP, and then it's like, okay, Bama.
Right.
So like I have like we can kind of chirp through it. Like we kind of talked about the games and the rankings. Like
Right.
here it is. I think Washington should be at 1. I think that it was close between them and Michigan already. And then I just think Oregon's really good. Like I'm not going to devalue Oregon because they have 2 3-point losses to Washington. I think they're both good.
They're better than
Um
Iowa. That's for sure.
I think 2 wins against Oregon is better than 1 win against Ohio State and 1 win against Penn State in my opinion.
Okay.
So like that's what I'm thinking. I think Georgia, like when I went to make the graphic and they were already at 3, that's why it makes sense to me to drop them to 6. Everyone was freaking out because the CFP had them at 1 and dropped them to 6. I think 6 is fair because I thought that they were only probably 3 or 4 already.
Right.
So
They're
like
fringe.
you lose and you drop a couple spots. Like sure, like makes
Talk
sense
about
to
it.
me. Bama up. Bama's just hard capped by Texas. I'm sorry about it. They fucking lost to Texas. I don't know what you want me to do. Like
Yeah.
this is what doesn't I was talking to my dad about this. Like so Bama now has the quote best win.
Right.
But doesn't that mean Texas has the best win?
There. Thank you.
Because they beat
Thank you.
Bama.
Right.
So Bama beats the number 1 team. Granted, they are not number 1 anymore because they are now 6. Even in our rankings and the CFP, they're 6.
Right.
Texas beat that team. So is
So
that not
Texas
the
should have the
best
best
win?
win. That's
Why
what I've
is
been
nobody
saying.
saying this? Why is no one saying this? I was doing the like math in my brain. I'm like, okay, I can get behind after the game you say that was the best win at the time because you're like, okay, they beat the number 1 team. I didn't think they were number 1.
No, I
So
didn't either.
shouldn't that mean the team that beat that team has the best win?
True.
Because then I get it. Okay, I'm gonna hear the crowd of, well, then are you saying Oklahoma has the best win for beating Texas? No, no, neutral site, Red River, and then you also go and lose 2 games. That doesn't give you a best win tiebreaker. Like
No, but it does give you the best win. It just doesn't mean you have the tiebreaker.
maybe, but I still don't think. I
Agree with
think
that?
Texas beating Bama in Tuscaloosa is better than
Of
Oklahoma
course.
beating Texas at a neutral.
Right.
Personally,
I can
still.
follow that.
Yeah, then why isn't the Michigan win over Ohio State the best win? Just because now we put Ohio State down in the rankings because they lost?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. How can Bama beat Georgia and that's the best win, but Texas beats that Bama team in their own place, but that's not the best win?
Eh,
It
you
doesn't
know,
make sense to me. It didn't make sense when I was hearing the talking heads talk about it.
the Paul Feinbaums and the
Yeah, I'm like, wait a
Marty
second, what are we
McGee's.
talking about? And then like I don't know. Like I just don't know how, and they didn't have to obviously because Texas got in. But I just didn't know how like you could even justify. I was looking at some of the AP polls, like they list everyone who did it, and there's still some Bama's over Texas. I'm like,
I saw that.
do the games not even matter? Like what if we were trying to do this is my 2 thoughts about it. If we were trying to do most deserving, like
Right.
the committee was, they got it wrong
Yeah.
because you put
100%.
Florida State in there, right?
Yeah, they're 13-0 conference champ. They're most
They
deserving.
deserve it. Okay. So if you don't want to do most deserving and you want to do best teams, you still got it wrong. Because why wouldn't you just put Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia? Move on.
That's what I
Because
was
if you
saying.
want to go by the fucking Vegas odds, then I guarantee you the teams with the 4 best odds would be Bama, Michigan, Ohio State, Georgia. So then you just put them in. Like they did it halfway. They did like, okay, Bama, we got to put the best team in. But then they still ranked Florida State ahead of Georgia. So
I'm
now
thinking that as a
think
consolation.
so I know, but it's
It
so,
was
like,
salt in the wound.
illogical. It's like, you're telling
Yeah.
me you think Bama's better than Florida State so that because they have to be in because they're one of the best 4 teams, but then you also don't think Georgia is? You do. You secretly do,
Yeah.
committee. Don't, like, do this bullshit like, "Well, no, Florida State, uh, they're more deserving than Georgia, but Alabama's the best 4 team." You did, like, 2 things at once. You can't do it. You can't have it both ways. Like,
You can't triple stamp a double stamp is what you
yeah,
did.
they're trying to, like, they're trying to fugaze everybody. I'm like, "What's
Yeah.
going on here?" It's crazy.
I mean, I just love the fact that, like I said, I've reiterated throughout this entire episode that we have said since the beginning. I've been kind of hitting it louder, and people have called me a conspiracist, whatever. The committee loves the SEC to a fault, and I'm actually surprised that Georgia didn't jump Texas. I thought it was going to be Washington and Michigan, or somehow, actually, I kind of thought Washington was going to get stubbed in this scenario. I thought it was going to be Michigan, Texas, Bama, Georgia, because they were going to have to justify putting Bama in. So they'd say, we put Texas ahead of you. So it was going to be Michigan 1, Texas 2, Bama 3, Georgia 4.
Yeah.
I'm glad that,
They
that
shot somebody.
Washington
I
didn't.
wouldn't have watched. It's crazy. It would have been insane.
But it just exposed, like there are people who are now saying, like, does it even matter to play the games? And realistically,
Yeah.
for the committee, it doesn't.
No, because,
They're
like,
going to
if you
do what they
just
want.
wanted to just start the year and say, "Alright, play all your games, but the last 4 teams, it'll be Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State."
Have a good time.
You know, Michigan, Ohio State are always good, Bama and Georgia are always good. We'll just let those 4 play, and the games don't even mean shit anymore. Like, I don't understand this best team
Mhm. It's
thing.
bullshit.
What does that mean? Like, that's also subject, like, that's who U13 people think is the best team.
Did you also notice?
Everybody thought Oregon was better than Washington, which is why they were 9.5-point favorites, and
Right.
they lost.
Yeah.
Does that mean people still think, like, if we had odds on this game again, say there was a 3rd game, I guarantee you Vegas would probably have Oregon as, like, 3-point favorites
Mhm.
again. And what?
100%.
Are we gonna keep saying they're the best team? Does the game not matter that, like, I watched with my 2 eyes and Penix clutched it twice? It gets crazy to me. It's insane. People are like, "Oh, well, that Bama Texas game was so long ago. Bama was a different team." Same fucking team. Same team.
Same goddamn
But
team. Same team
why
over.
not, like, "Oh, but Texas is a different team. Maybe they're also better." We didn't think about that one. I was talking with my dad about this too. I'm like, "Did the committee not, like, maybe think, like, oh, maybe a month preparation for Florida State with their now backup quarterback, maybe they get, like, a little more cohesive and
Right.
they're feeling good because it's not like he's throwing with the ones during practice. He's got no idea."
No, Keon Coleman could make some plays.
Yeah, like,
That
did they
defense was
not
playing
even
with
think,
their own
like,
eyes.
"Yeah, well, they can't get fucking better at all. Let's just chalk it for them." Like, they have a month to prepare. Maybe they come out and they have a nice 15, 20 play scripted that he's really comfortable with, and they pop out, they're up 14 zip because their defense is good. We didn't think about that shit, huh? We just said, "No, well, we're best.
You're out.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Get
Sorry,
them
Matt.
out."
You had a good season.
It's crazy to me. That
I
I did hear a thing, this is interesting. You tell me if you agree. You think they're keeping Florida State out of Coach Prime's the head coach?
That was such an interesting take
Not a
by
chance
Stephen
in the
A.
world they're keeping them out.
There's no way. They
No
no way.
chance they're keeping them out. If Coach Prime is head coach,
No. They're in.
right?
I seriously, it's because the country doesn't. There's no big name for Mike Norvell, and it sucks to see Florida State snubbed. Um, as a viewer, I'm happier for it because, like, I think they would have got boat race. But there is an opportunity, like you're saying, where they have a month of
There's a
practice,
chance. There's at
get
least
everything
like
where they
a
need. Yeah,
yeah, there's a world.
it,
There's a world where it would be deserved. It would be
right.
like I can't hate on that because they
No
fucking found a way to win.
facts, and the argument for the fact that if that was the case, then why did Ohio State back in 2014 get in? They had a back quarterback.
Yeah, and everyone's saying like, "Oh, they needed to like beat the shit out of Louisville." Like, okay, maybe,
Win's a
but
win,
like,
though.
yeah, like, am I supposed to? So they win a conference championship game with their third string quarterback. Defense plays great.
Yeah,
Bama with their starting quarterback scrapes by Arkansas, scrapes by Auburn, like, struggles with UCF. I know Milroe didn't play that game, but, like, and I'm supposed to say, like, "Oh, well, it's okay. It's alright, like, we forgive them."
The committee
Like,
has such a recency bias.
it's
It's
crazy. It's
ridiculous.
like,
They don't
why play a hard game earlier in your year? Like, for the Texas example, like, what's the fucking point of playing Bama if the conversation was, "Well, they're really not as good as Bama." Well, then why do they even play? What was the point of playing? The point of them playing was if you beat Bama and it comes down to a playoff thing, you beat them. You should go in because you played a crazy good non-conference game. But people were gonna just throw that shit out the window because Milroe can throw it deep and is fast.
Could you imagine the outrage in
Crazy.
Texas?
Oh,
It
that
would
would have been
make
insane.
but if Texas let's say Texas wins their game, Alabama wins their game, you get a Texas-Bama rematch and Bama wins the Natty? Oh,
Yeah, I would love a Texas Bama rematch would be fun, and I'm not saying sitting here saying like Bama wouldn't win or couldn't win,
no, of course, but they didn't earn
but
the
it's like
right
they
to be
didn't
fast
win
that
that.
great.
I watched the two teams play. If it would have come down to Texas and Bama,
Texas has
like
to get the edge.
Texas has to. I watch like if we're starting to make like a game that actually happened, not even like a hypothetical. Well, okay, Florida
Mhm.
State's QB's out. Like we can start doing hypotheticals. Like that's a real game that I watch with my own two eyes. And Texas beat them, I would have fucking lost it. We would have the college football as I know it would have just ceased to exist. It would have been crazy.
I just like you said, I agree that this Bama team looks good right now, but I cannot ignore the fact that like we said, why do you have to play the whole season? And I think Nick Saban has it figured out. I don't have to schedule too many tough games. He took a risk scheduling Texas this year.
Yeah,
They don't schedule anybody, and all they do is say, "Well, we beat Georgia once, and
yeah.
we beat Tennessee once." Like,
There's
okay,
no
you
reason for
2
the
weeks
SEC
out
to
of the 12
schedule
is
any non-conference games because everyone's just gonna just like
yeah, doesn't matter.
DS cheese them and just be like, "Oh, the SEC is so stacked." Like the fact that they made it out is crazy. They don't have to play a non-conference game. They don't need to take the risk. Texas
Oh,
had to because every year they'll say, "Well, Big 12 shit."
yep,
And they'll just be like, even though 12-1 Big 12 champ. Like if they wouldn't have played this Bama game and they would have been a 12-1 Big 12 champ,
I
they're
don't think they
getting
should have.
left out.
Yeah,
They would find a way. They'd probably be like, yeah, okay, we'll put Florida State and Bama in, sure. They would have got left out, or they'll be like, we'll put Georgia and Bama in, or we'll put Ohio State in, or we'll put like they
yeah,
had to go play this game because of their conference, which is that shouldn't be.
a thing.
You should be looking at the season that is happening in front of your face.
Yep. They made this decision based purely on marketing dollars and what games would
Yeah.
sell. And Bama is a national brand that everyone knows. The story of Nick Saban is great. Like we said, if you give Bama a chance to
Oh
play
yeah.
for the SEC championship and to win the SEC championship, there was no doubt in my mind Bama was going in. I
Yeah.
just knew that if Bama goes in, Texas has to go in. So
Yeah.
I knew
And
Florida State
then
was
Florida
next
State's
up.
just fucked.
Yeah. But I saw a
Oh,
world where Washington got fucked out and they put Georgia in instead. I am kind of waiting. There's going to be like a week and they're going to be like, actually,
actually,
we
Kirby
reach and
Smart
win.
pulled some
Yeah, pulled some
like
dumbers.
I don't know how Florida State will respond. I hope that they at least play Georgia tough. We'll see how that ends up going. They could just
I
be
don't.
like just dead.
I think both teams are going to put up a stinker. Like I think it's going to be a
Maybe.
bad game.
Now, if Florida State beats Georgia, I have no issue with them throwing up a national championship banner.
No. They don't.
I got no issues, especially if they beat Georgia by like say 7 points. Bama beat them by 3. Say they beat them by 7 or 10. Throw
Yeah,
the
3.
Natty banner up, bro. I'll be the first one there at the parade. Throw it up, especially if Bama goes on and wins the Natty,
Yeah.
and then Florida State beats Georgia a little better than what Bama did. Oh, throw it up, bro, and don't stop talking about it.
Just never stop talking about
Never stop talking about it. It'd be insane.
Oh my god. I mean, it is just it's sad that we saw this whole game.
I saw it right when they lost to Texas. I
Yeah,
said
we
Bama's
just
going on the run.
yeah,
They'll make it. They'll probably win the Natty.
yeah, because like we said, all right, everybody's been talking about we're gonna break this whole SEC bias for this year at least. All right. You want to pull up the SEC and I'll pull up the Pac-12 standings and we'll see because everybody says the Pac-12 is kind of the weaker conference, which is kind of shocking.
Yeah, they always say that. You want me to pull up Pac-12?
You want yeah, you pull
Right.
up Pac-12, I'll pull
Yeah.
up SEC.
Okay. Yeah, I got Pac-12.
All right, let me pull up SEC here. Okay. Let's start from the bottom. So I'm gonna start from the West. This is where Alabama is for all those who don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Last place team, Arkansas.
Yeah. Versus Colorado.
I'll still take
Give me
Colorado.
fucking Shadur.
Shadur.
Give me Shadur.
Mississippi State.
Versus Washington State. Cam Ward's playing. Give me Washington State.
Yeah. Cam Ward's in there. I'll take the boys. Auburn.
Stanford. I could lean Auburn there.
Okay, the hard part for the I think I did this wrong. Okay, hold up. Let me pull up full standings
Oh
because
yeah,
there's
because then you got Vanderbilt. Yeah, see,
yeah. Let me
there we
split this
go.
real quick.
And
All right,
obviously
I'm
these
gonna
could
do
go
this.
back and forth. There's a world where all like Arkansas sure could be Colorado, but like I don't know. Like I'm probably taking Colorado.
But it's like a 50-50.
I know
It's
I know
not.
that Mississippi State played Arizona. They were one of Arizona's losses.
I'll give them
But that was before Bafida took
Fida.
charge and just kept annihilating. And then obviously if we compare Cal and Auburn, you can give Auburn the edge. They did beat Cal 14-10. Like all right. Like I'll give it to you.
Do that.
Like maybe if I feel like it. But I'm also getting Utah over Florida.
Yeah,
So back
that game did
the
happen.
fuck up.
Yeah, like South Carolina versus I don't even know who'd be next for Pac-12.
Yeah, so like Vanderbilt's losing to anybody. I take Colorado over. I'd probably take Colorado at least over Arkansas and Vanderbilt and maybe even Mississippi State. I won't
I
lie.
could be comfortable with
If
that.
they're healthy and rolling, like
Mhm.
the two that I'm least confident in is Arizona State and Stanford.
Okay.
But
Well,
I
Arizona
still think
State's
I
running
I
game
think
though.
I think all the bottom 4 Pac-12 teams beat Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's losing for sure, and Arkansas might lose too. But
See, but
you go from UCLA and up. Like if UCLA has like I don't know who would play QB, but like I like UCLA over. UCLA could beat Kentucky, Florida, South Carolina, Vanderbilt. They could probably beat A&M. They could beat
yep,
Auburn. They could beat
yep.
Mississippi State. They could beat Arizona, and that's the 8th best team in the Pac-12, and they would beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There you go. So
So
when the SEC commissioner says that it's just different in the SEC, I'll give it to you. You have Georgia. I'll give Missouri the nod
I'll
this
give
year.
you Missouri and like Ole Miss, maybe, but like I
Bama.
don't know. I honestly believe I believe this. Besides maybe, I think Bama and Georgia versus
Right.
like Washington and Oregon would be tough games.
Be interesting.
I would take Washington, Oregon, Arizona, and Oregon State. I'll take them over Tennessee, Ole Miss, and LSU any day of the week, and maybe even Missouri. And
Twice
I'd
on Sunday.
probably take Arizona against fucking anybody right about now.
I'll take Arizona against the house.
Yeah.
Those
So
guys are unreal.
and you have to go to like the only reason that even SC is 7-5. Like they had to play Utah and Washington and Oregon. Like
Like
that's
some
still a
teams,
team that you wouldn't want to play.
no.
Like USC's the ranked what in the Pac-12? They were the
Fifth.
sixth team.
Oh,
So the
that's
sixth team would be Tennessee. Phew. I mean, fucking, I know who's scoring.
yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be a shootout, but I would not hate.
I
I
take
would
Caleb
not
over
hate. Yeah,
Milton.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not hating USC's chances.
Milton.
I get it. They might get scored
Uh,
on, but like,
Milton is the only
man.
quarterback I've ever seen past like high school that cannot figure out that I don't need to throw it 1,000 miles an hour every single throw.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'm hoping like if I would
We'll see in the
love.
bowl
I
games.
need Washington. Need Washington to come through. Like.
Yeah.
It's
Represent
like,
for the
but we
boys.
knew that the Pac-12 would be good because of the bowl games last year. Remember when Oregon State beat the shit out of Florida? I was like, yeah, like, and Washington beat Texas. Like, I was like,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, we're good. Let me see if there's any Pac-12 versus SEC
I hope
matchups.
so. Big 12.
I'm not seeing one yet. Let me.
Oh, face us, you cowards. ACC.
Not really. I don't know. We're looking pretty.
Golly, no.
There's none. There's none. It's a tragedy.
I'm kind of pissed. Nah, committee, we got to rerun this.
At least give us one.
Yeah, come on.
Getting
They don't want to
Northwestern,
because
Utah. Yeah, they
they
know.
know SEC's getting slammed.
You got UCLA versus Boise State.
I don't even know
And
who the
I
quarterbacks for
can look at
UCLA
this
is
just
gonna
from
be.
Pac-12. Let me do this. You got UCLA, Boise State. You got Cal, Texas Tech, Utah, Northwestern, USC, Louisville, Arizona, Oklahoma, Oregon State, Notre Dame. That could be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know though. Now they're both of their starter and their backup QB are in the portal now, so not looking good
Right, I
for
did see that.
not looking good for them. Oregon, Liberty, and then obviously Washington versus Texas. Texas is currently 4-point favorites.
I would take that line.
I'll take Washington money line, bro. Give me Washington to win.
Honestly, I don't even understand why anyone last week for the Pac-12 championship wouldn't have picked. You're telling me Oregon by 10?
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
no way Washington's losing a
let me
game
take
by
the
10
Washington.
points.
Let me take the Washington here because
Yeah.
even if they lose, it'll be by like 3.
Yeah.
That was a dumb line. That's unfortunate that we don't have any SEC matchups, but
Facts.
just wanted to prove like, yeah, the SEC in the past has been tough. They're not that good this year. Now, granted, this next year they are getting Oklahoma and Texas, so
Yeah, we'll see.
but at that point, you know what? Actually, this can get really interesting. But then again, we're going to a 12-team system. What happens now when the SEC becomes like the Pac-12 and becomes a cannibal conference? Like Alabama sitting there like, well, now we have 3 losses because we played Oklahoma and we played Texas and we played Georgia. Like,
I know.
what do we do? And it's like, this is going to get interesting. Things
It's
are going to
gonna
get.
get weird. Hopefully but honestly it's 12 team now. It's like just bro, if you can't get into a 12-team playoff, like if you're like we were 13th, but we should have been 12th. Shut up.
Hell out of here.
Get out of here, man. You should have won.
Yeah. They should have done an emergency 12-team playoff this year. Or
That
at
would
least
have been
8.
nice. Or at least 6.
Or what
Give me
was it?
6.
Drew
Give me
Brees,
Washington. It could have been
JJ
a
Watt.
Washington, Michigan
Bye.
bye, and then it could have been Florida State, Georgia, Bama, Texas. That would have been cool.
I think it was JJ Watt proposed an emergency play-in game for Florida State versus Bama for that spot. I would have loved to have seen it.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
That would have been wild. And you know what? After seeing that Florida State defense,
I know.
I don't
It would have been tough.
think Bama runs away with it. I don't really see Bama in the playoffs running away from anyone, even against
No,
Michigan.
I don't think they'll blow anybody out.
I don't think they have that firepower this year, but I think they know how to win close games, and it's going to be.
I think they
they're
could.
going
I
to
think
hoist
they
the
could
damn
stop.
trophy again.
I think they could stop Michigan.
Oh, I think so. I think
Like,
Michigan is way overrated.
Yeah.
Way overrated. Unless we see what Connor Stallion has brought to the table.
Facts.
You think he scouted Bama? Oh, he had to have.
Yeah. Look, you think he scouted Bam? He's been scouting him for 3 years now,
Still scouting him.
just for this day.
A little lighthouse all the way on the side of the coast. I mean, it's sad to say goodbye to the top 10, but
Yeah.
where we are.
We had a good season.
It was. So the season's over.
Facts.
All right, it's time for Twitter stoogery. Let's hope to God Spectrum doesn't, cut the feed.
Yeah, just hold on. Just hold on for us.
Serious. All right. Starting off with just an absolute banger here. Subway is adding foot-long cookies to their menu next month.
Okay.
I'm pretty hyped about this. If they cook this right,
look insane.
yeah, but my big worry is if they don't cook this right, it's going to be a little too gooey. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I get what you're
little too
saying.
gooey. But I mean, could you imagine you just throw like? I feel like this should be like an ice cream place. So if you could go buy these, then take them to Baskin Robbins or like Cold Stones and ask for like some ice cream on top and
Mm-hmm.
like the cookie mill all over.
You get like a foot-long cookie sandwich. That would be pretty elite. I wouldn't say no to that.
Might be diabetes, but I'd love it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Whatever happened to you? Remember the cookie mill was over near
Oh yeah,
us?
I remember. I think it was too cheap, man. They needed to bump those prices. It was like $2.
Yeah,
It was like $3 for giant cookies with ice cream in between. I'm like, yeah, buddy, I'm going there every day. I think run you guys out of business.
And sure, so you're the son of a bitch who ran him out of
Probably.
business.
Yeah.
Instead, you now go to Marie Callender's and get a nice little pie. All right, this is just absolute stoogery. DK said standing on business in sign language. Like
Yeah.
language, standing on
this is the stuff that I like to see. The detail.
I know. He really went for it.
Standing on business. Right?
I think they ended up fining him for this, which is kind of stupid for like obscene gestures or something. Like,
Bro,
what's the difference between him doing that and like yelling that?
I
Like,
think the NFL has gone so fine happy.
yeah, it's so stupid.
unbelievable.
They're just
Let
a bunch
the
of
boys
haters.
play.
Yeah, facts. They're just a bunch
Look
of
at
haters.
75 trying to get there too. He wants to be in on the action.
I know.
and
Yeah,
just
he wants a part of it.
finishes the celebration, and Big Boy just keeps going. It's pretty funny. He got fined for it. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, so this is for every single girl that says, Lizzo's hot too. Saying that Lizzo is big is, just
Mhm.
being rude. Well, guess what? Let the laws of physics tell you how big this bastard is. Look at that. This thing,
Yeah.
this is called physics here, people.
Uh-huh. Let's maybe even them out a little. Let's put one of the big stooges in the front.
I think it's just her in the back.
Oh, it's just her by herself? I thought there was someone to the left of her also.
No, I think that's all her.
Damn. You need to lose some pounds.
Yeah. When a
Tell me
golf
two
cart
people in the front couldn't offset that?
and two people holding this thing.
Yeah, this guy's holding on for dear life.
I just want this played every single time any girl says that it's rude if you say Lizzo's fat. She's gonna flip a golf
Yeah.
cart
It's not good.
by herself. She needs to be
Pretty
playing
impressive,
defensive
honestly.
tackle for the Trojans. We need
Yeah.
her.
Get her
as
a
your-
uniform, please.
Oh. And I'm not even being rude with that. I'm being serious. Sweetheart, you could
Facts.
make a lot of money playing football.
Yeah.
You can't. And it makes it even funnier because she was in a lawsuit for telling a dancer she fired her because she was gaining too much weight. Like, why don't we do this? Should be the scale now.
Yeah.
So all of these commercials and all these Jenny Craig stuff, if you can sit on a golf cart by yourself in the back and you don't flip it, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, you're doing just fine.
If that thing starts lifting up a bit,
Yeah, it's over.
maybe have a couple salads, maybe a couple jogs,
Yeah.
off the pizzas.
Please.
I can't even imagine. I wish that there was something like this. This is the same equivalence of when people say that the seats in airplanes are too small. Like, we're tall guys. We
Yeah.
make do.
Yeah, we can make it
How's
work.
your excuse?
Yeah, you're just too wide. You
Just,
fat slob, Jabba the Hutt.
jeez, that is Jabba the Hutt. Cardi B gets scared by this shit.
Like, damn. What's back there? A whale?
We need to lose some weight. Get her
Yeah,
off.
we need to unhitch the trailer. Please.
Cut her off.
Please.
Oh my god. Whoa. That's the mechanic.
Whoa.
He's like, I got to gear this thing down. I got to put some 4-wheel drive in there, some suspension. I don't want to hear from any chick. Lizzo is this queen of, she's perfect. Her body's perfect. She's flipping a goddamn car.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
All right. I don't want to hear it.
Not
I don't
looking
even
good.
care if you're happy about it. Don't flip my car.
Please.
Please.
Don't touch my vehicle.
Please. Oh, if she sits on your back bumper. You think the airbags go off if she sits on the hood of your car?
Probably.
You're just
What the hell is happening here?
It's a dude tapped to a snake.
Oh.
He's in some pain.
Still undisputed.
Yeah, Like, buddy, what'd you think? He's not gonna let go.
That's what was hilarious. It was like, all right, I'm done. It's like, this is Mother Nature, pal.
Yeah, he doesn't understand the concept of tap.
I think the only chance you have at this point is you need to try to rip this thing's head off. Like you need to try to twist and choke it out something. You need to make this thing feel some pain because it's constricting on you and it's not looking good. Oh man. The edit of adding in Dana White is just perfect. Or no, Joe Rogan just
Yeah, that was good.
oh man. This one this one put me in my feels. So long.
Yeah, it was tough.
Thank
I
you.
saw one with the Fast and Furious one too. See you again. Just
I did
driving
see
off
that
into the
too.
sunset. It's tough out there.
All right.
It's been a good run. I'll never
This
forget.
was hilarious. Okay. Cedar Rapids Golf Bar offered free beer until Iowa scores for the championship game. It's essentially a free blackout.
Yeah, they didn't score.
I mean, so they do have stipulations here. They were smart. I thought it was just till they score. It's pour until Iowa scores is back tomorrow night. So who at their marketing team was like, "Hey, Iowa sucks at scoring. So what if now just hear me, give out free beer till they score, or the game ends, or your bay time ends."
Yeah, I mean they still though might have lost money. I mean, I don't know.
I
How
think they
much is
lost money.
beer? Like
Mm,
it's probably shitty you just like they
yes,
probably designate that it's like, hey, you're getting this, you're getting the bottom shelf here.
you might get
Um
somebody from the back drinking beer and
but
pissing.
but but the thought of it is like, okay, they're gonna book out all the bays because everyone's gonna go.
Right.
And they're probably gonna order other drinks, or
Huh?
they're at least gonna order a bunch of food. They're gonna order a shit ton of food,
Some shots.
most like so they're probably thinking, okay, like maybe they catch a field goal in the second quarter or like the third quarter. They didn't,
No, no.
unfortunately. But like realistically, most people's bay is only gonna be 1 or 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
So you're hoping they kind of just get on out of there. And then
Mhm.
you get a new
Yeah.
crew in. Then maybe they buy more food.
Okay.
They
I
were
see the
hoping for an early field goal, I think, but I think that they still probably lost money because it's a lot of beer, like, since it
yeah,
went till the game ended, like,
yeah.
that's GG.
I mean, halftime alone is what, 20 minutes for these games?
I think this is one of the stipulations, it seems like you have to book a 7 PM bay time.
Mhm. Yeah, so you
Yeah,
had to
so
be
that
there
helps.
before game time.
Yeah, so then you'd have to have it until the end of the game, but most people aren't gonna have a bay for 3 to 4 hours, typically, that's crazy. Unless
Well,
you're making it a whole, like, party thing and you're like, "No, we're getting shit-faced
I
because 'cause
mean,
they're
for
not
this
gonna
game,
score."
if you're an Iowa fan, you might have to get
I
shit
would've
faced.
done it probably with my friends. It's like, "Yo, this is gonna be the most cost-effective way for us to get hammered of all time. Just fuck around, hit some golf balls. We don't even have to really, like, do it. We can just watch the game and just booze."
Sit on the couch, drink the beers, like, it's
Yep.
I thought it was just hilarious. Somebody from the marketing team said, "Yeah, this team's
Yeah,
offense
that
is
was funny.
shit." What was this one? Okay, this is something different here. Alright. The hornus of a dongfish is attached by the scungle to a kind of dill sack or the nutsack. I don't know what
That's
book this is
dongfish for you,
from.
man. That's dongfish right there.
Yeah, he's got a wheelbarrow.
That's all he is. That's what he does.
He is throwing his dong around.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't even know where you find like, what are you swimming in the ocean? You're like, "Hey, there's a dongfish." Like, "All right, thanks, you fucker." Like, you know?
Yeah. Like, appreciate it, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks for nothing.
I don't know, like, I don't know where to find this thing, but hey, shout out to the dongfish.
Shout out. Thank you.
Do his thing.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, dongfish. Coach Dan Casey, don't know who the fuck that is. This is just great smash mouth football here. Gonna have a little kick out down here. Just watch the magic. Ready? Ready?
Dang. Get flatline. I respected the DB for
Getting in there.
I mean, yeah, like
You
He
know
did
you're
his
gonna
he did his job. He knew what was about to happen. He's like, you know what? I'm not gonna be the guy on film that they call out for not fucking at least giving it a go. I'll take him on and I'll get lit up, but at least I won't get clowned, and they won't say I didn't try.
you
Okay,
gave it
I did my
all.
job. I took the block on. What more do you want from me?
Yeah. I mean, and
That's a
he
tough one right there.
just jeez.
Yeah, he got his shit rocked.
A lot of beef.
Yeah,
That might be Lizzo, actually.
yeah, it probably is Lizzo, honestly.
Gets off the golf cart. Just fucking get over here, Bubba.
Bang!
You think this kid remembers like where he's from?
No, he doesn't know what's going on.
Gets
He
up-
probably came out of the game. I don't know what they actually said happened, but
He's concussed. I'll tell you that.
oh, he's
He probably got up.
not doing well. Let's just put it that way.
He probably went over to do concussion protocol, and they're like, "All right, how do you feel?" And he just turns into the water boy. Mama said that.
I'm gonna say
Yeah. Coach, I'd like to tackle him right now.
it. That boy is jacked up, man. He's not doing well.
He's not hopped up on Mountain Dew either. He got some melatonin.
He needs some milk.
He needs some milk.
He needs some milk.
He needs Jesus at this point. I mean,
Yeah, he might need a few different types of things, honestly.
some nice herbal supplement.
Oh yeah.
Just and just the look of defeat. I'm not gonna get up.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
No.
Shout out to that boy right there. Hey, he did what he knew he was gonna die.
Yep. And he put his heart and soul on the line, and that's about all you can do in that situation.
Yeah, sometimes the offense draws up a better play, and they're just from Texas, and they're bigger than you.
There ain't nothing you can do about it.
I think this is pretty much me. So I've told you I've like kind of woken up sometimes at my house. For those of you that don't know, there's a potential. Uh, allegedly, my house might be haunted. I'm not sure. It's an old
Okay.
house.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? So I've gone to sleep, and I have a one of those AC units where you plug it into the wall. You know, you got the outlet that goes outside. And so
Yep.
I'll wake up sometimes, and I'll see what looks like a figure that's like trying to climb through the window. So I have a simple thing that I say. I tell it, I'm like, look, I'm gonna close my eyes, I'm gonna open them up. If I open them up again, you're still there, I'm gonna whoop your ass. So like
There you go.
we have an understanding. Open my eyes and guess what? Ain't there anymore.
Yeah.
This guy had to execute, and it was flawless. See the little bastard right here. No problem. Get your ass over here. Just
So what was this actually like? Just their friend that they just put makeup on, and it's like, hey, just act like a ghost, and I'm gonna beat the shit out you.
it might be. What did he hit him with? Did he? I thought he hit him with a cookie tray.
Yeah, with like a
What is a
pan.
chair?
This is a chair.
I don't think so. It's too small to be a chair.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but he hit the shit out of him.
Hey,
Bam.
did he break it? Oh, he broke it.
And then he walked right at him.
Oh, what is that? That's spit.
CGI.
I think that's spit.
I know. I think they actually like say, hey, like we're gonna do this little thing. Like we're gonna dress you up as like a creepy person, just lean across, and then we'll just like we're gonna act like we hit you, like and then just kind of react, and then it actually hits him right in the head.
Just
Like we had to make it realistic. Sorry.
little do
What do
I
you
know,
want?
it's like some art school project.
Basically.
Need extra credit. What do you want me to do?
Yeah. Like I don't know what do you want from me? Like back
Self-study
up.
major. He goes to check. So yeah, it's allegedly. I don't think it's real, but you know, if you're over at the house and it happens, just say the words,
Okay.
mean it. And if you got to start whooping some ass, just
Then I got to
get
do what
after
I got to do.
yeah. I got some cookie sheets and probably some pots and pans or something. This one's probably pretty interesting to me actually. This is kind of like wholesome, I guess. Not as much big dumb dipshits. Pretty cool.
And the cows come up and they just like
Oh,
they can get their scratches in.
they love it. I mean,
Oh yeah, he's loving it.
just absolutely loving it.
You're loving that. That's a good shot.
Eddie. Oh,
Oh, Eddie's in heaven right now.
Chico.
Eddie can't be stopped.
This is where
Texas gets their offensive lineman. They just see
Oh,
who's
yeah.
handling these big bastards, and they're like, "Yep,
They're like, sounds good.
yeah, you can handle a steer. Yeah, you're in."
Get him in. Just don't lose our Longhorn and have it get murdered.
I don't even care if we get a copyright claim. I absolutely love this. You're probably familiar with Kurt Curbstreet's dog.
Oh, yeah.
This
You
is
don't have to
just
play all of it. We can just play some of it.
true.
Or if you don't skip
Get to
around.
know TNS goodest boy, Ben.
Any food is his favorite treat. Like if you get a bag of popcorn, just kind of throw a few at him. He loves that.
You can look it up for yourself. He's a good boy.
He's the goodest boy you've ever seen. Just know that. There's nobody that's gooder. I'll tell you
I just
that
want
much.
to know what he does at hotel rooms. Like, or is Kirk staying at La Quintas?
He's just
'Cause
being
they are
good.
friendly.
He's just being a real good boy.
Maybe
That's all.
he might sleep in a bed, like with one of those little eye shades.
Yeah.
He's the type of dog that could do that. But yeah, if you got free time, folks, just look it up. NFL on Prime Video.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out.
That's a good old boy right there.
This is just
Get with those boys.
what he did with those boys.
Yeah.
This is something out of WWE, but this shit was for real. Just fucking
Bam.
out like a light. Oh,
Whoa, out cold is crazy.
to pick up that much weight from a stick and just
Bam, right on the side of the head, buddy. You are done for. Nice knowing you.
You're
You
dead.
shitter rat fuck.
Literally get fucked. I know you
That
got it. We
shit
have a written
on.
on this. Roger Goodell wants to permanently ban the Eagles push play.
Yeah, I saw this. I mean, get a life, you old man.
Can we just can we all grow up?
Right? Like, what are we
We've seen so
doing?
many teams try this play because it's unbeatable,
What are we
and they
doing?
don't make it. So are we gonna say Patrick Mahomes can't scramble out of the pocket and throw the ball off different platforms because it's not fair? No one else can
We're
do
gonna
it. Like
start banning everything.
Derrick Henry can't run the ball as efficiently because he just trucks everybody, and we
Yeah.
can't handle that. Like Aaron Donald can't rush the passer because he takes
Yeah.
3 like, what I don't know where this stops. I thought
It
football
doesn't
was
stop. That's the thing.
my
Stupid.
guy is bigger, faster, and stronger, and more athletic than your guy. So you can know what the hell I'm doing,
Yeah.
but you don't stop it. Like, I just where
I love
Right.
banning plays. I love banning things that don't break the rules. I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
That don't even break a current rule. They're just like something. It's like, oh no, we don't want to see that anymore. Like if there's a thing that's like bending the rule, like this isn't even bending the rules. It's just like a thing that's happening.
what they
And it
need
just-
to ban is that where on 4th down you can take a false start, delay a game, and the clock still runs. So you
Oh
can just
yeah,
like ban that.
yeah.
But like you could argue that Hurts got a concussion from all of these hits adding up. It's a lot of hits.
Yeah, maybe.
I
He ended
just
up coming back in though, so I don't know.
I just think it's so stupid. Permanently ban like okay, you ban this formation. Hurts is still a quarterback that can squat over 600 pounds. He's still gonna get yardage.
Yeah.
I
They'll find a. We'll find another way. That's for sure.
It's just so stupid. This would have been good. This is what a 12-team playoff would look like this year.
Yep.
You get the 1 seed and the 4 seed get a bye.
Yeah, Oregon, Missouri would be a banger. Florida State, Liberty would honestly be pretty fun.
I imagine Liberty wins that game. Now you win the right to play Bama.
I know
Who
that'd
knows?
be pretty
Go on a
crazy.
run. I don't know. And then
What
the other
would
side
the
of the
other
bracket,
side be? Little rematch, couple rematches, which would be
That'd be pretty
unfortunate.
good.
I mean, not unfortunate, but probably be just Ohio State, just clean up job.
I mean, there is a world where if this was the current format, I have no doubt that to avoid these rematches, I think you would put Georgia up here. I could see it. Georgia goes here, so then you get Texas versus Ole Miss first round.
Yeah. If I had to pick
they
this
wouldn't-
out, I'd say, honestly, man, I might take Oregon to come through that left side, that top left.
I think so.
I'd probably take Oregon and Bama
Mhm.
to be the Final Four on that side with probably,
Oregon, okay.
I don't know. And then I'd probably go Washington, Georgia, maybe. Oregon,
think-
Bama, Washington, Georgia. and you get 2 Pac-12s, 2 SECs, battling it out to the death.
I could see it for sure. Because I was kind of torn. I was like, okay,
Ohio State could maybe
Ohio
beat
State.
Washington. I don't know.
Yeah, because Ohio State beats Penn State.
I think so again.
But I think Kyle McCord isn't good enough to beat Penix. and
Yeah, that's what
it's
I'm
down
saying.
to
I think
the playoff.
Penix fucking lights these guys up.
Penix is a dog.
Yeah, confirmed.
How the hell? Okay, talking about recency bias. All of a sudden, Jalen Milroe wins the SEC championship.
Yeah,
By
and
the way,
he's
he didn't do it by himself. He didn't
yeah.
have a
Everyone's like, this
stump.
guy's so good. Like I've been telling everyone all year, he can either run or throw it deep. There's no in between. What he has. So, if you guys
We
want to
saw
stop
him,
him, you don't need Connor Stallions. You just need me to tell you.
or maybe you are Connor
He's
Stallion.
either gonna run, maybe. He's either gonna run it or he's gonna throw it deep. There you go. Problem solved.
We saw him in the SEC championship try to throw a dig. It was wide open, and
Yeah.
he airmailed the
Not good.
hell out of it. But all of a sudden,
Not
I'm
good at
seeing
all.
RJ saying, "You know what? Jalen Milrose is my finalist for the Heisman." Like,
Yeah.
I'm not giving the Heisman to somebody who can't throw a dig to save their life. I can't do it. I just can't do it. And it's just the recency bias is so disgusting. This is tippable. Okay, people want to see accuracy. This is Bruce Dashy, aka for the rest of y'all who don't know, going through his accuracy using these weapons. Like 49, 40, 49. Like
Yeah.
61.
Yeah, he's not missing. Just put it that way.
Oh my God. I'm scared to check mine. I don't want to anymore. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
higher than it was last year, but it ain't
Yeah,
55.
it's
Tell you that.
I know mine's not that, that's for sure. I'd be interested to see, honestly.
I'm gonna have to check, but it might make me drink another beer.
I'll do a live check right now.
Okay.
Keep rolling up clips. I will do a live check on the podcast.
I wish
I
I
will
could do that, but
I will yeah, no, we don't need you. We don't need your shit breaking down.
that's yeah, that
All right, here we
would
go,
happen.
people. Let's see. Let me load in. I don't think I can share my screen, but I'll let the people know.
This is the ultimate. Like, you want to win the headgear pick? You go to the Cheesehead Stadium. You say, "Guess what?
What the hell is that?
I'm wearing."
For those of you watching, I'm looking. I have it on my other monitor now, and that's why I'm looking to my right.
That's a Cheese.
The hell is this guy doing, man? That's actually
I'm a
that's
great
pretty funny.
Great the
That's
cheese.
kind of funny.
It's amazing.
I don't mind that.
Must be so uncomfortable.
I don't mind that.
It's good stuff. This can't happen. I mean, we all know what happened here. We know exactly what happened. Peter Mickendall is the founder of Birds Aren't Real movement.
There we go. Gotta love the old birds aren't real, guys.
This is just so good.
But it's more than just Gen Z's falling for conspiracy theories. Why?
What the hell was that?
I have a theory, and I hope I'm right. This guy has to be so hungover from the Birds Aren't Real.
This
movement.
guy, what is this guy?
I don't know, but whatever he's drinking out of this cup here,
Gen Z's falling for conspiracy theories.
just-
Why?
everything is going on.
That guy just yacked. The guy just yacked everywhere. It's insane.
On live TV, bro.
Brother, like you gotta lock in.
You just hear him
I'm so nervous. I'm gonna barf.
not without a fight. Like, look at these stupid signs. Birds aren't real.
And you just hear this guy yakking in the background.
Not without a fight.
Okay, I
What
think
the
I found
hell
it. I think I found it.
What are these people arguing for? Like, birds aren't real. Okay, they're not.
All right, take a guess. What's my accuracy?
25.
34.
Oh shit.
34.9.
Jeez.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
My best sniper's 38%, but I think you would think it'd be higher. No,
Well,
I think I'm
maybe
shot.
help. Maybe.
My highest accuracy is with the RPG. Okay.
RPG,
Yeah, so there you go. There, problem solved. 34.9 headshot percent, 24.69. There you go.
Oh shit.
With the rival, I have a 31%.
Okay. So you're getting
And I
in
have
there
100% headshot
with the
because
rival.
I have 1 kill. So there you go.
Hey, but you're accurate. You get in there, get out.
I got my 1 kill and I got my headshot. So there you go. Let me move
I still cannot
screen
believe what
back over.
transpired yesterday. I could not stop laughing. I
Yeah, that was
just
pretty hilarious.
the comms I was getting from our guys playing COD was something out of a movie. Like you would have thought it was scripted.
Something out of a horror movie, probably.
Like, oh man, all right. I'll get it together. Nick Diller, yo, what the fuck? Just saw a stat that said only 30 to 50% of people have an internal dialogue. There's really 50% plus of the population out here walking around with nothing going on in the head. Everything is starting to make much more sense. Do you have like an internal monologue as you're going around?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always thinking about something.
But like if you had to put like an actor to be your internal monologue, who would it be?
That's a good question. Sometimes I feel like I think in Theo Vaughn.
You just
That's what I think sometimes. Like I'll just be thinking like and I'll just sound like Theo Vaughn in my mind. I don't know if that's healthy or not. Probably not.
so you're just sitting there and inside your mind it's like, I'm not racist, but I do have flare-ups in traffic.
Yeah,
That's- I
sometimes.
have moments
Sometimes.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think if I had to pick a narrator for my monologue, it would be like prime Mike Myers. Like Austin Powers
Oh,
Mike.
okay. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Just but it's a mixture of him, Theo Vaughn, and like Matthew McConaughey when things are serious.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get like a Buick commercial going on, and then I'll get Theo Vaughn. like you- just some stupid shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. There are people who don't have that though. Hey, this is what Philly is all about here.
Big
okay?
Dom, only one who showed up.
I wish I could play the music because it is
I
perfect,
know.
but I can't. Meek Mills won't let me, unfortunately. Big Dom is really the MVP of this team. Big ol' Italian, Paisan,
Oh yeah.
earpiece in, and let's ride. I'd like to see that guy just check somebody on the sidelines. I think he's capable.
Yeah,
Just
that guy's a legend.
get him out of here. Get him out. Thank you, Dom. This is perfect. This is my head coach. You have your head coach who's an absolute dog. I'll take mine any day of the week. This guy.
It was some debate, but I think out of respect for their field goal block operation, we said let's make sure we have great ball security. But if we can punch it in, Karen's on my fantasy team. It's a joke.
Thank you,
It's
coach.
a joke. I don't really mean that.
Thank you,
Kidding.
coach. You know, if
Appreciate
he
it.
didn't say that,
On
people
my
would-
fantasy team, I lost anyway, but I do appreciate him at least getting goal line touches. I
I
like
did.
that.
I lost too, but I still got him. So
Yeah.
hey, thank you, coach. But it's not surprising to hear that my team lost. It's more surprising when I say a team won up mine. So, take that what you will. This, I mean, only in honor. First of all, Mike Leach has been banging the drum before we, probably about the same time we did. We've been on this one for a bit, but this was Mike Leach.
Oh yeah.
clowning
This
college
thing's
football
been
playoff committee,
circling around a bit.
2017.
Is the mind-numbingly short-sighted notion that 4 teams for a playoff, somehow establishes something, and that's a very clever approach. I mean, that's such a brilliant approach. That's why everybody does it that way. I mean, nobody does it that way. I mean, if we're so smart, wouldn't all the other sports say, I know what, let's have a committee, because why not? Because, we're American. We love committees. Let's get us a committee. Well, who should be on the committee? Well, I don't know. This guy's a good guy. Let's have him on the committee. Well, I mean, there's people on the committee that don't even have remote associations with football, nor have they at any level other than being a fan. But you know what? Let's have them on a committee. Why not? And then, I mean, it'd be fun. We'd go to that resort. We could talk. We could hang out at dinner. And then we'll decide which 4 teams should go. Because you know why? We don't need to solve this on the field because we're the ones that know. And then, so, I mean, you know, if we're going to do it that way, we should just ask them at the beginning of the season, you know, just go ahead and you guys vote on it, figure out 1, 2, 3, and 4, and why even have the games? To me, I mean, it's not a playoff. There's nothing playoff about it. And this is even if we make it. Even if we make it, my thoughts don't change. I mean, how can you call it a playoff when there's 4 teams? Conference champions don't even necessarily make the playoffs because you know why? Because the committee knew better.
Committee knows best.
Spitting facts. Why is
Shitty ass committee.
Every time I listen to Mike Leach, though, I just hear like my grandpa slightly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like he could be Cheech.
Oh yeah. He is. There is no could be. It's
He
him.
is.
In another life.
Could be. Yeah,
In an alternate universe.
definitely is. You're right. I mean, they need to get us on the committee. I mean,
They don't want to see me, man. We would have never got a playoff scheduled.
we
Because I
just
would have
looked
been
over.
I would have just been raging. I'm like, no, I won't sign off on this.
Yeah,
I deny.
it's bullshit. This is unreal. I don't know what's going on here, but I mean, if you can explain to me what the hell the dealio is, because
Oh, vaffanculo! Ma sta un po' attento, coglione! Vaffanculo! Adesso te la
fucking
faccio
all
vedere
right.
io.
Okay.
Here we go.
Testa di cazzo, dov'è che vai? Ma dov'è che vai? Vai, vai!
Firecracker. Shooting firecrackers. Okay. Got his dumbass.
And here we go.
Infatti,
Don't worry, I got
vai,
more of them.
vai!
I got more of them here, pal.
This is just modern day jousting. That's all this is.
Fucking light up,
Eh,
fuse.
sì!
Boom, boom, What is
What the hell is going on?
Vaffanculo!
Angulo. Just Italians.
It's insane.
Still going?
Lighten them up. Lighten them up.
Did he kill that guy? Is that guy dead? I have no
What?
idea. It just looks like modern day jousting to me. That's my best guess.
I couldn't figure out if he was shooting the fireworks to try to hit the guy or he was shooting fireworks to try to make himself go faster. So
I think he was
and
trying to
it's
hit
not
that guy.
shoot him, but yeah, then he came up and
That'd be my guess that he's trying to hit those guys.
But what type of I gotta worry about now if someone's on a bike, they just got a bunch of firecrackers?
Yeah, basically. Stay safe out there.
Serious.
Roll your
All right.
windows down.
Yeah. This is just dumb. Riz has been named the 2023 Word of the Year by the
Okay.
Oxford University Press. It beat out some tough competition. Swifties, parasocial, beige flag, and situationship.
Okay, well, there's a lot to break down here. One, is Swifties a word, or is that a like?
I believe it's a noun.
I mean, well, nouns are words.
Well, all right. Yep. So yes,
So
it is. a
yeah,
word.
so yeah, but like
It
a
is
word is in like it could just be a name, like
It's a name.
someone's name. It's like a name. It's like a nickname.
Right.
You know,
right,
it's
right,
like
right. It's your
is
pseudonym.
word of the year gonna be like Eagles? You know, or like
Big Dom.
like Cowboys, like you know, like that's never gonna do it. Parasocial, I appreciate you at least trying to slide a normal like a word in there.
I don't even know what that
Beige
means.
flag is 2 words, so that doesn't work,
Fair enough.
right? Like that's
What
not
does parasocial mean?
I don't know, but at least it sounds like a normal word, you know? Like it
Yeah,
sounds like
I can see it.
a word.
It sounds like a word I'd see on the SAT for
Yeah.
sure. Yep.
But beige flag is 2 words.
True. We need to hyphen it. That's the
But
difference.
even then, what like beige flag?
Yeah.
That's can't be word of the year. It's 2 words, so obviously that's gonna lose. Situationship, I guess. Like I don't know if we're just making shit up.
How would you write that as a definition in the Oxford University Press?
I
Like,
don't
wh-
I don't
like,
know. What are you doing? Riz is just like but Riz isn't a word though. It's just a abbreviated version of charisma.
under Riz, if there's not a picture of Formal doing the,
Yeah, and of course it's
I
Kai
don't want it.
Cenat fucking standing there.
Yeah,
Of course that's the picture that they used.
I mean, oh my,
Nice. 2023 is cooked. That is 2024. I
nice
can't
job,
take it
boys.
I can't take it anymore. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, I'm ready for 2024. We can just kind of wrap this one up here. Speaking of which, I found during my break today, I was making something in my Keurig.
Mhm.
Looked out my window. I saw a gopher digging a hole in my lawn.
There you go. You're trying to get it in.
I was tempted to go get a shovel,
Okay. Beat his ass.
decapitate this fucker. But after watching the way that he would dig, by the time I would have gotten my shovel and gotten out there, he's already underneath the labyrinth. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but you
have
just got to play the game like in the carnivals. You got to find all the other holes. Boom, 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 and you got to just try and knock his block off.
maybe possible.
Or I'll come find the other holes. I'll come over and we'll corner this
Just
fucker.
whack 'em all.
He ain't escaping. We'll have all angles covered.
Just on the Stooge experience, we got like 3 hammers, 2 shovels, and just
We're gonna
get
find
out.
this guy. We're gonna get him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun project I got coming up here. But I was watching. First of all, for those of you who don't know, look up a picture of a. They're not chipmunks. They're gophers. They're ugly, like really ugly. Like can't even trick or treat over the telephone. Ugly, just fugly is what comes to mind.
There you go.
And I'm really looking forward to when I catch one of them suckers, because I got a lot of them. I got a war zone out there.
You're
It's
gonna
crazy.
show him who's boss, huh? He's gonna rue the day.
And guess what? I'm gonna make a statement. I'm leaving the body there for all of them to find.
Okay, so they
This
know,
is
like,
the
hey, this
champion.
guy's standing on business.
I'm standing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
learn how to say that in sign language so they know.
Oh yeah. Find how to say it in Gopher. I don't know what the language they speak.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't see very well, but they do smell pretty good apparently. So, well, no, they don't smell pretty good, but their sense of smell is good.
What do we
All
got
right.
here? Stooge Spider-Man?
This is what happens when Crack and Spider-Man meets.
Oh.
You
Yep,
know,
and
fixing
you're
that
done for the season, buddy.
Just
I mean that's
that'll do.
I mean
That'll
that's about it. That is straight on spine.
that's not on business. That
No.
is
No.
still hospital.
Yeah, he's at
Oh,
ooh, man.
just
Right on
hearing
the
that.
That
It
boy's
doesn't get.
hurting. That boy's hurting.
It's like a double thud.
Ah. That's true pain right there.
Well, maybe don't be a dipshit.
Yeah,
Dress up
maybe
as a
just
spider.
be like a normal human. You're not Spider-Man, buddy.
No matter what you want. Okay. Duolingo is on some shit, man. Duolingo does not fuck around. So Marcus, say DeMarcus, I think it is. He ordered a Duo plushie to remind him about to remind me about my Duolingo streak. And the attached note is completely unhinged. So he got this nice little plushie, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll just read the note for you. It says, I hope you enjoy your purchase from my merch store. I also hope that you do your daily lessons, because if you don't, well, let's just say I know where you live now.
Nice. Okay.
He's standing on business.
Yeah,
that little
that freaking thing is a freak.
that thing might be like Annabelle, bro. That thing might just fucking come
I
up
know.
with
It could just start possessing things, and sure enough, man, you can't even kill it anymore. You try and burn it, you try and throw it away, it just appears again.
Duolingo always shows up.
Facts.
What if he just goes the traditional route? He just clogs your toilets, plugs
He's
up
just
your
he's
sink.
just screwing with you.
Yeah.
It's not even possessing you, just like causing minor inconveniences throughout your house.
Yeah.
That'd be worse, probably. Just possess me, dude. Like if we're gonna do this whole song and dance.
Super glues your keys to
Yeah.
the bottom. Like,
Yeah, facts.
it's not gonna be good.
Loses your wallet. Like you're like, dude,
Yeah.
what's going on right now?
Throws one of your
Can't
shoes
find shit.
outside. Yeah. Takes all of your toilet paper, unspools it, then respools it.
Oh, that ain't
And
right.
it's
And just
backwards, upside down. So
he just always finds a way for there to not be a fresh paper towel roll in your kitchen. Like there's just always
throws in one pink
Yeah.
sock or one red sock with your white load of laundry and just
oh, that ain't good.
oh,
Piece of shit.
piece of shit Duolingo. I mean, we battled some adversity today, but we made it through. That's
Yeah,
what
we
people
got
notice.
there in the end.
We did. Spectrum gave us a couple
Damn, man.
shots.
Spectrums, they're gonna have a phone call or two
Oh, I
here soon.
oh yeah. Oh,
They
they
need to
will.
figure it out.
They will. And speaking of which, figuring it out. For those of you that didn't know, after the Eagles Rams game, Zach and I had a bet for a loser bought the winner a jersey. Immediately after the game, I purchased the jersey.
Yep.
Do the whole song and dance and the confirmation to him to make sure it's going through. Come to find out, I think someone at the post office stole it.
Yeah.
So fast forward to we're in December now, and I bought the damn thing in October. The Eagles store was gracious enough to send me a new jersey. It should be here in I think 2 days or
There
tomorrow.
we go. I might need
So
I need the good juju for
yeah,
this weekend. I need a fresh new jersey to get me
yeah, and it's a
get
jersey
me
that you've
feeling
earned.
good. Yeah.
Like,
Fair and
so
square.
yeah. So for those of you who buy jerseys, if they go through your post office, make sure you got everything squared away.
Yeah, or else you're screwed.
Yeah. Somebody sees out, oh, that's an AJ Brown jersey. Yeah, I'm thinking
I'm thinking
that's
that's mine.
mine.
Thinking I'm gonna take that.
Yeah. So, all right, you got anything
All right,
else?
people. I think I'm good.
Okay, you looking forward to killing
I
a
think
gopher?
we can. I'm down. I'm ready when you
Okay.
are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sign
we'll
me up.
get you with the war paint and fucking
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
ready.
Okay. All right. All right, people. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know if you think Florida State should have been thrown in or
Yeah.
think
Give
should
us
have
your
used up.
opinions on that. Jeez.
If you use Spectrum as well, please let us know. I'd like to know all the people who are suffering.
Yeah, facts.
And
Suffering right along with us.
all right, everybody. See ya.
See ya.